Hello, and this is the ADLR Podcast, episode 94, where we say arrivederci to Golden Wind. And we are back from that intro cut that I left my mic on. I think the only guys that probably like noise or anything. But anyway, episode 94 of the ADLR Podcast, joined by Randall.
What's up?
Okay, we got Brian. Oh, we already got Rocks in the chat. And we got Kelsey down there just looking slick.
My cat scarf is what really sells this.
Yeah, you look like you own like a casino. And you came down to see all the players, and you can be like, hey, how are you? You doing great? You liking what you're doing?
Trying. I would love to own a casino.
Suggest a poll. Fuck off. All right, I don't even know how to get that poll running, but in my next stream, I'll figure it out, I guess. You can go to ADLRplays.com, where it's my one-stop shop for all my content. I wanted to get that pregnant pause in there just for you guys to see if you could catch me on it. Randall's still on his phone. From there, you can also donate to the Extra Life, where the proceeds go to the Arnold Palmer Hospital for Children. I was going to say Arnold Hospital Palmer. There we go. It's not even on my account. I don't know what's wrong with Streamlabs. I'm going to have to just run my own then. Okay. And then you could submit your topics at ADLRplays.com/contact, I think it is. That's what it is, shows on there? Yeah. And you can submit topics or just say, hey. And that's it for housekeeping. I almost forgot to put the Xbox Series X thing until just now.
How could you?
Because I was going through the news and I'm like, there's not like anything cool, no good news and no bad news. And when the second I thought there's no bad news, I'm like, oh, that happened. We're gonna leave that for later because that's more like a discussion of what gameplay is. I think the final anime update of the week for everyone. I might as well get that started because
JoJo update.
Is that better? Sorry,
yeah, final. No, it's fine. It's gonna be the final anime update until I finish another series. I started another series for anime because I'm behind. But we'll get to that. Right now, first, we're also not only that, I'm testing out video play. So guys, bear with me. Let's see if this ended up working. Brian, something's up with your mic because it came like like static shock was in there for a second.
What?
I don't know why.
You had like a.
All right, guys. No, you Let's get it. So first, let's close this because we don't care. And then we can play. Please let it work. And I think it works. We're out here. All right, so now that the glow-ups are real. JoJo Golden Wind. Finished it. Had quite the ending. I guess reviewing the whole thing as a whole, this is like probably by far my favorite part of the JoJo series so far. From having it being kind of loosely mafia tied, to having each individual character be awesome. Their stands were cool. Their backstories that they don't hesitate to give you as soon as they're on screen. The crazy, I would say puzzles when going up against another enemy, because just basically just boss fights and you're trying to figure out how to defeat them while getting bodied by them. Fantastic. Definitely like by miles my favorite part. And it's going to loop, so for the people who are watching, so it's going to loop. I want to see if I get taken down on YouTube because it's showing another video, so we'll see about that, but that's for me to worry about. Audio's going to be fine because there's no audio playing.
Isn't that the only way they're able to detect it from sound?
Nah. There's AIs that can detect whether something's being copied over. I would hope YouTube has that.
I wouldn't think you would because there's so many people who do reaction videos.
Yeah, but they shrink the video. I don't know. Like that's also...
It's about that size.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what YouTube does to us. But yeah, I don't know. It's vibrant. It's a vibrant anime just like the rest of the parts because that's not, I guess, exclusive to this part. I like that you can like just in my opinion, you can just watch this part and be fine without having to watch the other parts because it's a different story. You don't really need to know what happened the first 4 parts because it's a nice contained story with its villain. Completely ends at the end, or like with its own arc right up until the end. I highly recommend part 5 of JoJo, which is Golden Wind. I mean, I don't. Randall, you put on the thing that you saw a few episodes, so it looked like you wanted to talk about it. Yeah, he literally just watched something. He literally like watched the end of part 5.
That joint was sick.
Yeah,
I was stressed out.
He basically came down because I was watching him in the living room, so he came to eat and go back upstairs. It went from going to eating to go back upstairs to eating, while watching and eating it, and then just sitting down next to me watching the last couple episodes. Johan says, "Is it crazy how my favorites die?" Yo, same. But when Brian told me who his were, I'm like, that sucks, because I think it was like in the same episode or like one episode after the other, each of them die, and I'm like, damn. And every time anyone asks me what my favorite was, I don't have an answer. I liked all of them. Like, who's my? I first like when I first started, it was definitely Fugo. Yeah, Fugo, and then not sure. Spoilers, I guess. Fuck it. Like, Kelsey, you gonna watch this?
JoJo?
Yeah.
At some point, yeah.
Well, I guess it's a minor. Okay, it's not. I'm not gonna spoil it then.
I mean, I can take the headphones
It's literally
off
one
and say,
statement. That's why I'm like, don't worry.
Okay.
Fugo just does something, and I'm like, so much points was lost that I just at that point didn't have a favorite. Like, he was the one that I'm like, that's it, and then he does something, and then I'm like, oh, come on, man. But it doesn't like betray his character because he's a very logical dude. That's his backstory. So I'm like, I can't hate you for it because that's how you were written, like your personality type. And then I'm like, okay, well, I guess that wasn't my favorite. And then I couldn't decide between the remaining people. So
No, you could.
Who's
the first person that comes to your mind?
Giorno.
That's your favorite.
But that's not the reason Giorno comes up first is because the way Bruno said it to him when he first met. He said his name like 7 times in the most Giorno Giovanni, like 8 times in that episode when he meets him, and I'm like, yes, the way Bruno says Giorno is just fantastic.
It sounds like your favorite character is Bruno.
I like all of them. They're all
your
cool.
Favorite character is Bruno. Every time you get excited about a scene, it's something Bruno's doing.
Arrivederci. Yeah, but when he said he did it, Arrivederci was said 3 times. One by him, the chick, and then him again. And every time, hype. Every time.
Sounds like your favorite's Bruno.
I don't know. Maybe then. I have no idea.
So for every part, you're like, yo, and then this
Sticky
part,
fingers.
And then the part you said about the line with him and Arancha, it's again him doing something that you liked.
I guess so. Then you're probably right. You're probably most likely is probably Bruno. Bucciarati. Yeah, I think it's probably Bruno. I might have to be Bruno. I think. If I gotta pick one, you know.
I keep getting sad when it gets to my character in the looping video.
Yeah, this video is the trailer before it went on air. So that's why it's just showing off everybody's stuff. And I can't like doubt Mista because Mista was also really good. Sex Pistols. It's great, Randall.
When y'all were talking about favorites, that's who the first person that came to my mind.
Was Sex Pistol? Was Mista?
Yeah. Because he's so aggressive. Especially when he's talking to old boy in the elevator.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
No, because I remember your reaction to the first time you saw Mista in action.
Yeah.
When he was the thing happened and the gunshots came out and I had the volume loud and he just heard the blasting and he's like, dog! He shot some dude in the mouth and then he's like, what the hell? Johan says it's Bruno, Abacchio, and Risotto. I mean, like, yeah, dude, like, a lot of them are, they're all named, like, they're Italian, so there's a lot of, they're named Italian because it takes place in Italy. This part, anyway. Yeah, man, I don't know, I highly recommend it. This part is specifically, this show in its entirely, absolutely, but then Golden Wind is definitely by far, like, my favorites. From the stands, from the bosses, from all the other Hitmen team member, all of that. It's just great. And I mean, it's 39 episodes, so it's kind of lengthy, but they don't waste a lot of time in each of these episodes. Something's actually progressing in each episode, which is great. There's a surprise return for people who have watched the rest of the series, which is also awesome to watch. And that's it, dude. I don't know, Brian, you have anything to close out on it because you watched it as well?
No, I love it.
Just
I'm
as great.
Waiting for the next one to be animated.
Nah, I appreciate. Yeah, I'm right on board with that. That's it for Golden Wind, bro. Like this skyrocketed in like favorite like animes. Just this part. Like it's up there, Randall. I don't think you understand. Like to me, this is like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Bebop levels of like classics.
I concur.
Javi says part 6 is the last JoJo in that timeline. Okay. I mean, I'm down for it. Like, yeah, I can't wait. Cool. So we'll go on to that. From there, I'm going to keep talking because I'm on a roll on accident. I finished JoJo and I'm like, you know what? I'll start Better Call Saul season 5. And then I ended up just binging it and watching the entire season. So, holy shit, what a fucking roller coaster of a show, guys.
It was that bad?
No, dude. Like, you definitely saw Breaking Bad. I think I remember me and you talking about it, right? Kelsey?
Me?
Yes.
I haven't seen Breaking Bad now. My brother keeps telling me to watch it, and I'm like, okay.
What the?
But have you seen The Wire?
I have. That's also a very good show, though.
Yeah, I have all the episodes of Breaking Bad. I just haven't bothered to sit down and like watch them.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, then okay. I'm not gonna spoil it then because I don't want okay. So Better Call Saul takes place.
I mean, he's part of Breaking Bad.
Okay, Adam in my chat says, just know that Brian's no longer part of our family. All right, so I'm not going to spoil it, but Better Call Saul takes place prior to the events of Walt meeting Jesse, which are the main characters in Breaking Bad.
I know the main characters. I know like quite a bit about the show because Adam and I have talked about it. Not to mention like all the shit I've seen on Reddit. Like the pizza thing was probably one of the greatest scenes ever, where he throws it up on the roof.
On the roof, yeah.
Yeah, so he did that in one take. He was so confused that he actually got it up there. He didn't know what to do, and so his confusion in that scene is like real, but he's trying to stay in character.
Yeah.
And then he just is so angry, he just storms off.
Oh my Lord. And then Adam follows up with, he's a goddamn failure and he will never redeem himself. So yeah, once I finish Breaking Bad, I'm like, I hope no one goes back to this. They don't make any more seasons, whatever. Then they announced this spin-off Better Call Saul. And I'm like, that's exactly what I didn't want. Granted, Vince Gilligan's still working on this as well. So I'm like, maybe there's a chance. 2 or 3 seasons go by and I'm like, I guess I should give Better Call Saul a try. Boy, I should have been watching it from the beginning. Like as soon as it came out, because it still has that same pace, that same like that. What is it, Randall? Your same presence, even if it's like, but it's you watching Better Call Saul become.
It's stressful.
Yeah, it's that stress is never left. Because you got to keep in mind all the players that were in spoilers for Breaking Bad that are not in by the end of Breaking Bad are still here and they're in their prime, dude. So they're powerful people.
Who did you guys watch Breaking Bad with? Did you two watch it together?
Me and Brian?
Yeah.
Yes. That was back when that was still my apartment days. Not my apartment. No, I was still living my I think I was still living with Mom. And then we watched
both.
Was it both?
Yeah.
I thought we watched the ending.
We watched it because we were here, like you were dropping me off.
Oh, okay. That might have been it. Everything was transferred over. Like Javi says, great cinematography. They might have gotten the same people. The directing's fantastic. Acting, Bob Odenkirk is just like you knew him, with the big mouth, quick talking. He's fantastic. I thought like you even learn a couple things from being like, whether or not it's true, I have no idea. I'm not a lawyer, but you start learning more and more about like the law and the ways he weasels his way through the law. basically. More characters that were connected to Saul in his life are introduced, and they all, not chemistry, they all fit well together. Like, they're great chemistry, well, characters on there. They mesh well. That's what, thank you. From his brother that's in the show from season 1 to the love affair up until now. It's great. Yeah, Brian's mic keeps zapping. I don't know what it is, but
I'm trying to get a clip of it. I have it up, but I'm thinking it's doing what mine was originally doing when I was using one of those mics, you know, where it just like gives random feedback, and I'm trying to get a clip of it for him, because that's what it sounds like.
Javi says it's his stand activating. What's your stand name, Brian?
Since I've had Chief Keef. It's been a while since I had random issues, so I guess now is when now I have nice things again.
Hit us with the Chief.
It could be worse. Comcast could be deploying an update in the middle of the
Yo, those
day.
are
I would rather that.
Big facts.
I would rather that.
Hit us with your what's it called? Your stand, Brian.
I said Chief Keef.
No, but you it doesn't sound like a Japanese actor.
All right. Chief Keef.
Nice. That's it right there, Randall. I don't know if you remember Randall when there was like sticky fingers and 6 pieces. Like, that sounded right.
Yeah.
It's either that or Chai Young.
Yeah. No.
Hold on. Paulina Rui.
Yeah, that's the best one so far.
There you go.
I like it.
Damn,
Back to Better Call Saul season 5. It's one of those things where you know where this is heading, and now it's building up to the part to when the timelines are going to be overlaying over each other when Walt decides, hey, instead of my family dying poor, I got to get into this meth business. It's getting super close. We've met some of the main antagonists in Breaking Bad in here, and boy, there's some great scenes in this where they flex their power, and it's just sinister. It's great, dude. Those 10 episodes or 11 episodes flew by. When we finished this season, I'm like, is that it? Did we already get through it? But in a way where I'm like, I wanted to see more. I don't know. I can't. Randall, you watched a few episodes on here. So from what you saw me watching, what are you thinking?
I mean, everything you said is pretty much true. Like, it's stressful. It's the formula is the same that came over from Breaking Bad. So it's kind of like watching Breaking Bad without watching Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it, for what I've seen, the few episodes that I've seen so far, that the stress level is still, even for me to not know as much information as you do, the stress level was still like that conversation in the living room, man.
Yeah, with this antagonist that's in this show. Yeah,
I don't know how many times you can ask one person the same
question, and it sounds more and more sinister. Like,
yeah.
Is this the last time I'm going to answer this question?
Yeah.
Okay, Brian's giving us an update. He's fixing stuff. So on his end, that's what the zapping was. It was not on your end. It was on ours. But yeah, I can't recommend the show like anymore, especially if you're a Breaking Bad fan. Returning characters, you get to see more in more story behind like all these characters, what led them to the things that happened in Breaking Bad. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. And that's all I got, because Brian, I don't think has seen it either. Javi's watching it, and I think he recommends it as well.
Is there anything that Javi hasn't watched?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff he hasn't watched.
He seems like he's like on top of everything.
I mean, he is on top of stuff. Like, he watched a bunch of anime. He watches some TV shows. Yeah, he's about it. He doesn't watch movies. That's the thing he says.
Movies?
Has he seen your browser's account though?
Who hasn't? Am I right?
The heck is that?
Go to Randall on your phone. Open it up and go to browsers.com.
The fact that your face looks like that, no, I'm not going.
What do you mean, like what? I'm just smiling.
It's the way you're smiling.
I smile.
And you're very eager to tell me to go check it out.
Yeah, because
which means that it's probably
publicity.
something I shouldn't be looking at.
Oh. And that's it on that, dude. Like, I highly recommend it. This season was just great. I think it keeps getting better and better. with crazy shit happening every season. This season is no different. Well, I guess it's different in a way where it's leaning more towards the drug shit, which is what. You guys can watch it. It's fantastic. Oh no, he
What the
messed
heck
it up
happened?
because he disconnected. So he's probably restarting. Lit. Well, sorry. Oh, he's back, and they swapped positions.
How was that possible?
Oh my god. Boop. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
Why does that affect you though? I don't understand.
Because we're doing Discord in one window, and Discord tries to auto place people and do its own thing, and that's what happens. It looks like we're back visually anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up with the gentleman because I'll be talking later when we're back to the freaking Xbox stuff a lot. So I'll give you guys this, and then I'll take a break from speaking a lot, and we'll come back to the rant.
Wait, the Xbox stuff is the stuff that we watched?
That we sat through, Randall. Yeah. We'll get to it.
Did you sat through? This ought to be good. What happened to your lighting?
Mine?
Yeah, it was like really good, and then now you can't see Randall anymore.
Oh, that's just because he enabled his stand ability.
Why would my stand make things darker?
Because you're a dark man with dark thoughts. Yeah, like what?
It wouldn't. It would make it brighter.
If you say so. So, finally got around to it. But
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
We can hear you.
And I sound fine for now.
For now, yeah. I mean, it happens just randomly, Brian. Like it's not like a constant zapping.
Alright, we're gonna see if my shit wants to piss me off some more. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it unmuted and see what happens.
Okay. Oh, me.
But you can continue.
Yeah, my bad. Rocks in the chat, Javi. Let's get it. The Gentleman. New movie by Guy Ritchie of Snatch, Two Guns, Double Lock, whatever barrel movie. I've always forgot the name of that movie, but Snatch, that, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I think he done other stuff too, but those are like for my favorites anyway. And now he came back with The Gentleman with an all-star cast. You know, I'm over here like trailering it up for you guys. We got Hugh Grant he was also in Man from U.N.C.L.E. We got the guy from Sons of Anarchy. I always forget his name. The main blonde dude who's in Pacific Rim. Matthew McConaughey.
Charlie Putnam.
Yes, thank you. Good job. And then the Irish dude. He's in Scrubs, Brian, who hit the guy in the bar. And then he went to go him. Oh my lord. What's his name? Colin Farrell. He's in He's in this as well. So it's a movie about gangs as well. Territory. Matthew McConaughey's character has a supply of weed, like a system for weed, and it's up for sale because he's trying to get out of the game. He makes a deal with someone to transfer that operation, and that's when that movie starts. Fantastic dialogue, of course, back and forth, like similar to those previous movies in Snatch or Man from U.N.C.L.E. With all these characters. Great shots. Action is when there is action, is pretty good. A lot of it's just like mob flexing and crazy shit happening. And that's the comedy's on there. Like the comedy's on point. Colin Farrell with his comedies are like. The thing is, this is a movie where everyone that's playing in this movie seems to be having fun, and that's always a good sign. Like Hugh Grant in this, it looks like he's just having a fantastic time. Same with what is it, Brian? Charlie
Putnam, something like that.
Charlie Putnam's character. Matthew McConaughey's having a good. Like everyone's having their great time with their characters. I highly recommend watching it. The chemistry with everyone is great. The editing's fantastic. Pacing's great. It's a good time. This is one I've been wanting to watch, and I just kept forgetting until this weekend. So, he also directed Sherlock Holmes, the one with Robert Downey Jr. Both of them, I guess. I don't know if it's both of them. I just showed the first one. But yeah, great. What else? I think that's it on it. Great dialogue. Everyone's having fun. That's all I really wanted to say. Super entertaining. Funny as shit. If English accents make you laugh, you're gonna be laughing the entire time because everyone's got some deep English stuff. And all right, that's it for my roundup, bro. Randall, you're up next, my guy. You did the impossible this weekend. You know what that
Disappointed
is?
in the two of you for deleting it.
Because you put something that I never said. You put being proud of Randall, and I'm like, let's take a couple steps back.
He put being proud?
Yeah. On twitch.tv. Because I'm assuming he wanted us to talk about you on Twitch. So he put on everyone's proud of Randall.
Oh.
And I'm like, no. Let me delete that. I did not say that. So Randall, you finally streamed over the weekend. You put up some Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Walk us through it. I mean, obviously the setup.
It's not really much to say about it. It was completely impulsive.
I understand that, but I mean, like, how do you feel? Like, you know what I'm saying? Getting set up on on running it on PS4 versus running it on the PC, because by God, PS4 is trash at streaming.
Well, I had no idea that it was trash on the PS4 until we looked at the video afterwards.
Yeah.
I got Tekken 7 on PC.
On PC,
today, thanks to Bryant catching the sale. So I bought the Ultimate Edition. I guess I might install it on my computer.
Remember, you can attach an external. That way, you don't have to worry about installing it on your drives because it's supposed to be art.
Is it that? But will the performance be good if I did that?
Well, I mean, everything's loaded into memory, whatever you need in a fighting game. It's not going to try to read off the hard drive in the middle of a fight. So, I mean, like, the initial load time, maybe, but once you're in the fight, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Should be fine. I mean, these are all theoretical.
Oh, snap.
But I'm imagining how it should work, and it's, hey, a fight's happening. Load in anything that you need into memory. Now play.
I used to have games on my external, and I noticed a bigger load time until it got old, because this isn't an SSD, it's just a hard disk.
Old disk and platter, you know what I'm saying? I'm still running that myself.
My computers, the internal ones are SSD, but my external's really old, and I use it just for music backups and things like that, so I don't need dynamic things. I just need to be like, oh, this is where it's installed, and then it'll work.
Nice. So, I mean, you can try that. That way, if you don't want to install anything game-related on that computer, you can have an external.
Yeah.
I can hook you up with that. Just gotta let me know. So, I mean, how'd you like it? You were streaming? Like, you know, you had I don't know about you, Randall, but that viewer count wasn't 0 like you said it was going to be.
Honestly, don't know what this count was.
It wasn't 0, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
it was 7.
It's like 7 or 8.
For most of it.
Johan was there. He says in the chat saying that he was definitely there.
You know, some random person grabbed your Twitch channel and put it into 3 other Discords, you know.
That's crazy. And they went to watch. That's weird.
I put it in one too.
And you got like a follow, I think, you know.
Oof, Randall. I wonder how followings start. That's crazy. Tell me about your time. Don't look at me like that. So?
Tell you about what?
I mean, how you liked it, man? You liked doing a match, looking down at chat, interacting? There was interaction, Randall, because I had the Twitch chat up. Don't even say there was no interaction. There's people making fun of you losing. Yeah,
you responded. Other people said stuff. You responded.
I remember you typing in there saying, I suck. Believe me, we all have that when we're just getting bodied online in front of everyone to see.
My experience was, I don't know if I could think of a word to describe it, but it was
make one up.
John said I called Anthony a dumbass because he didn't have the Twitch chat up, and then I put it up immediately.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
So Anthony was watching your stream, but it wasn't counting him as a viewer for some reason, even though he could see the stream.
And for some reason, I don't know if it's maybe because it's on the same IP coming from, like, I don't know what the issue is. Like, maybe someone who's watching from the same IP as a streamer doesn't count, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what.
Because no, when you would stream, like when my laptop was here, it would show me as a viewer.
Oh, then that's not the case. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first, but then I remembered, like, during the tournaments or whatever, when you would be streaming up there, or in your computer down there, and my laptop was there, it still counted as separate entities around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Like I said, like I hadn't played Tekken in a while, so I wasn't. I'm nowhere near as good as I used to be. And then on top of it, I'm also dealing with the issue of being older, so my reflexes are not. I like went back and looked at some of the videos, and I'm like, I should have punished that. Like that, like it was bad. So that, and I guess the combination of not playing the way I would have liked to play, and then on top of it, having a channel that's supposed to display your performance in a game, it wasn't ideal for me, but I understand that every time you play, even when you stream consistently, your performance is not going to be always top tier. But I would have liked it to be top tier, to be my first stream. You know what I mean?
Okay, but that's for professional competitor channels.
Well, I'm not saying like that level. I'm just saying like
that's what you're
the top
like
tier
you're
for
saying.
my. I know that I could play way better than that. Is what I'm saying.
The next stream, bring in the pain, down the rain. That 300 milligrams of caffeine, down that, and then start the stream.
So, yeah. That's probably pretty much the thing that I was consistently thinking about. And then I started thinking like, why would anybody come to watch this? But you know,
because you
I appreciate
followers and a fandom.
I appreciate the friends that I have that were in there. That was awesome.
You can also have more if you had a mic and camera. Because people would like to interface. I think I am turning into a goddamn computer. You could interact with people faster that way. You look at chat and just audibly respond instead of typing it or something. You can just look, respond, and then they can just keep feeding you whatever. Johan says no chat. He believes in the Anthony way.
So when are you going to play Madden?
Oof, play Madden in all Madden mode. And the salt that we heard coming out of that room, Randall, that'll get you some content.
You'll be the next Tyler 1.
I'm really old. I don't know who that is. Who's that?
Tyler 1 is a league streamer, and he's absolute cancer with that stuff. He literally just rages at his team the whole time. But he gets viewers because he's just salty about everything.
He's more of a variety streamer, but yeah, he yells, he flexes a lot, so there goes Anthony. And then he's also just really stupid too. And he lies about his height, I don't know why.
Wait, how was he, like 5'2" or something?
He's like short, but in games, anytime they're asked for height or whatever, he purposely puts it higher, saying what he claims his height is. I guess it's a joke, but it's entertaining.
There you go, Randall. So it won't be that bad. Because it doesn't sound like it's as bad as they say this guy is. So,
no, I doubt he'll be that bad. Randall would at least be entertaining to watch. Tyler 1's an idiot.
Yeah, Adam in the chat says Tyler 1 looks like a tumor that's 5 foot tall and got famous because he runs in full Jambi 1v5 and dies and goes, "Oh my god, my team sucks."
That would imply Jamie survives long enough to even say anything.
Oh my god, no way!
I think I still have that clip on my computer.
We have it too. We post that in several other ones in our Discord all the time.
You gotta make that an item.
How long did it take you to get that many subscribers?
I don't have subscribers.
Followers.
I have followers.
Sorry,
yeah,
followers.
I'm like, I don't have subscribers. Who would dare pay for this content?
Can you just answer the question, please?
Oh, that's
I
true.
paid
You're
for
right.
it for 20 some odd months.
You're right. This crazy person.
20. Where'd it go?
Hello, Anthony.
You know
months.
he's talking, right?
I asked you a question when no one was talking, and you did not answer it. You decided to go another direction.
I get that. He's gonna answer that, and then I'll answer it. You know I'm the host of this fucking podcast, right, Randall? Check your tone. Fuck. I have no idea, Randall. Since I started, I don't know. How can I check when I started streaming? 35 months, because it says I'm a subscriber for 35 months. So that means I guess I've been on for 35 months. So there you go. What is that? Almost 3 years?
But have you always streamed consistently?
No. Back when I was in my apartment, yeah. I had a consistent schedule. It was mostly TF2, but...
And when I had a consistent schedule, I actually had, several people that...
oh, that's right. No, Javi's right. Because this ADLR stuff counts only for this channel, which is ADLR. I was Toxic and 809 at one point, and I was still streaming. So probably longer. And like Kelsey was saying, sorry to interrupt, but like consistency is what... It's like you're watching your show every week. Like when Rick and Morty drops Sundays, they're there to watch it. Back in the day. Now we just wait for the next day to watch it digitally. But
so wait, if you had been consistent, you probably have more people following you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's no question.
So what the heck happened?
You just don't get consistent. Yeah, like what? Because this doesn't pay the bill, so obviously other things take precedent.
And I wish I had started streaming back right after college when we were like playing League and things all the time. 10 years of streaming, probably actually have viewers.
Yeah, like now doing it now, you like literally have to be lucky to get like found and people actually spread the word about you. You have to be lucky because there's already too many people. It's oversaturated. Anyone can literally just hit stream.
Especially now during the whole quarantine because people have nothing but time.
Yeah,
so a lot of people are streaming.
That's kind of why I've been more active on the stream.
It's all timing. And now, like, there's places where you can't even get Elgatos because they're streamed out. Can I get English correct? Fuck. They're so sold out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Like even
everything with Switches. Switches are sold out basically everywhere.
Because everyone's trying to stream Animal Crossing and like, because that's the hot button. It's all about what's hot, and hopefully while you scroll down that directory of Animal Crossing, someone hits, you.
Well, I was going to go buy one. And you're telling me good luck?
Good luck. I mean, it's been a while since they've been out of stock. Maybe they're slowly getting back into stock, but
it could also be which one are you gonna get? The portable one for some reason, or is the one that's in your computer?
I haven't decided yet.
The portable one's probably gone. They probably don't have the price anymore. And the computer one, I would assume maybe there's some.
It all depends. But all the streaming gear, like lighting and stuff, all the cameras and like webcams and stuff, all of that's getting... Well, the webcam stuff is going to get sold out because even businesses now are using like Zoom and Skype and stuff to use it, so... So that's the thing. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, you on Twitch. We went on the dark, sad road after that. Of overcrowded streamers, dude. And that's just this platform.
Mixer's got a shit ton of people on it now too, but it's still not nearly as big as Twitch.
Yeah.
And then there's
so Twitch is still the
YouTube
biggest.
Gaming, and then D Live, which is like a Bitcoin, is like a e-currency one that lives by like even if you watch, you earn money and stuff. It's really weird.
Facebook Gaming too.
And Facebook Gaming's trying to get in the door as well.
But Twitch is still the biggest.
Can't compete with Twitch. It's
too
been
many
around
people,
the longest, and people have already set up everything that they want to do on Twitch. Like most people already have a few people that they actively watch. They rarely, branch out because they have everybody like in a pattern that they're gonna watch stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's so much on Twitch that other sites don't offer. There's not really a reason to go anywhere else. It's been the face of gaming for game streaming or streaming games for over 10 years now. I mean, they were doing that back when we were in college in like 2008.
This is a perfect fucking segue. So I'm not going to waste this opportunity. I said I was going to take a break from talking, But now it's time to talk about what the fuck is gameplay. So
this has to do with
yes. On
Is this
Thursday.
the Xbox thing that you guys sat through?
Yep, this is on Thursday. Last Thursday.
Do you want to? Do you
what
want a good note about gameplay, or do you want like
No, hold on.
you want to save that?
Hold on. Let me walk you through this story real quick. Okay? So, a couple weeks ago, Microsoft came out and said, "Hey, actually not a couple weeks ago, after that fully CG or fully pre-rendered trailer for what was it? Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They're like, oh, I know this was pre-rendered. You'll get the exclusive gameplay trailer next week during Xbox Series X's gameplay showcase, whatever. Cool. I'm like, all right, well, it's just a week. We'll wait the week and we'll see what's popping, you know?
What's popping?
Week goes by. Thursday, I think it was 11 or maybe 12. Might have been 12. Afternoon, me and Randall sit down. We keep hearing that Xbox music that comes on before every stream, which is a dope song, by the way. I just haven't picked it up to see what the song it is, but it's dope. And it starts with everything you will see after this is gameplay optimized for the Xbox Series X. For those who don't know, Xbox Series X is their next console they're releasing this fall with crazy hardware specs and SSD. Who cares? Closer to modern day PC. Anyway, the next frame after that intro that said that you're going to see gameplay, the next in text says, this is in-engine footage. Now, have I worked on AAA titles? No. I'm not going to say I have.
You haven't?
No, Ren. I never worked for like Crytek or fucking Valve or like a AAA title. Ren, I'm talking about like Naughty Dog is a AAA title. Like Last of Us are AAA titles. A lot of money are sunk into it. Anyway, if you tell me that there's gameplay happening and the next frame is your in-engine, that doesn't tell me that's what I'm going to get when I buy the Xbox Series X. That means this is footage that someone captured while running it in their engine, not on the console endgame.
Anthony.
Hold on. I'm not finished yet. Hold on. I need you to hold your questions for later.
I need you and your logic to go sit in the corner and think about what you just said.
No.
Okay?
No. Hold that. So I said it was a perfect...
I just want to ask one quick question.
Go ahead, Randall. Everyone's interrupted.
Are you angry?
No, I'm just disappointed.
Okay. That's all I want to know. You may continue.
Thank you for allowing me, the host of this podcast, to continue.
No, I'm just showing you the courtesy because I interrupted you, so I'm sorry. And I'm just...
Lost my train of thought now. Thank you, Randall.
In-game, you said
Yeah.
engine.
Got it. So I said it was a perfect segue for one reason. In 2020, what to you guys is gameplay? I'm going to tell you what to me is gameplay. When I go to twitch.tv and go to literally almost any channel besides IRL, that is gameplay. Moment to moment, what am I doing? Not this no HUD that some games don't even let you disable. Cinematic fucking trailers that don't show too much, or that show like a slice of something that's been highly rendered for this trailer for 30 minutes. And then the exclusive Ubisoft Valhalla gameplay they announced a week ago was like 3 seconds of a cinematic camera of the main Viking dude running up and throwing his knee at an enemy. And then quick cut to another camera pan of the world. And I'm not going to be doing that. Where's the HUD? Do I have no HUD? What can I do in the game besides run up and knee a guy?
I can't fucking stand that. Like, it's the same thing with when I'm like watching trailers for games. Like, they have this game and it's all like pre-rendered shit that has nothing to do with like the actual game, or maybe it's part of the story or whatever. Like, I want to fucking see what if you have a controller in your hand or you're doing stuff on the mouse and keyboard. I want to see you actually do stuff. Like, gameplay is like you enter a menu or start the game or something, but you're controlling the fucking character and moving through the world and like fighting and going through the menu system, that kind of stuff. That is gameplay, not, oh, we pre-rendered this on our computers in engine.
So that brings up the question.
Yeah. So hold on. Granted, this stuff might have been gameplay. Like, literally, it might be systems at play. They're playing it, just no HUD, whatever. That doesn't benefit me in any way. Oh, look, it's going to render like this. I don't care. What is, like, literally, how do I get to the point you're at now? What is it? There's a difference between, load game, new game. Am I on there? Where's my health? Is my health never going to show up? What's going to happen? Go ahead, Randall.
I was just going to say, so do you think that we should live in a world where Bryant's president and there are no trailers?
No, I do not. No.
No?
No. For games?
Yeah.
No. So
Like,
you don't want to know how a game works until you buy it and play and hit play? That's true. No. Maybe for movies because it's all narrative, but you need to know how a game's gonna play before you play. Imagine me just buying. Hold on.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you watch
Final Fantasy game back in the day, when I definitely not today, any turn-based thing, I didn't know it was turn-based until I bought it and hit play.
Yeah, but even when you watch gameplay footage, even though they show you what you're capable of doing in the game, you don't fully know how good the gameplay is until you play it.
I understand that, but I know what the mechanics will. Some sort of what is the moment to moment.
Yeah, like with gameplay footage, you know, there's lots of games that I'm like, wow, that looks really cool, and then I find some gameplay footage that I'm like, no, that's not what I want to play. I mean, that would be like having the most gorgeous game that Anthony's ever seen, and it's all turn-based. Anthony's not gonna want to play that.
That's the thing, though. You don't need a trailer for that. You can just have devs do a playthrough video. That's not a trailer. You don't need all that bullshit. You know how like a lot of them show plot or whatever. We don't need trailers. We just need like a developer commentary, basically, and then watch them do it. It doesn't have to be a trailer in a sense. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
How he says that's WoW cinematics versus WoW gameplay.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's because they give the what is it? Random Blur Studios? They're like, hey, here are the characters that we want in there. Here's a storyboard, make it look really cool. And then you cut to gameplay and it's like, that's not it. Anyway, but yeah, but I don't know. Let me backtrack a bit here. I don't know for certain if they said this is gameplay trailers, but I'm pretty sure it was gameplay reveals was thrown around for Xbox's thing. So yes, Brian, the gameplay trailer you're talking about, like, oh, here's a story trailer for Last of Us, which is relevant now because they released that recently. I don't need to see that. You're absolutely right. If that's the trailer you're talking about, Randall, yes, I agree with that. But if you're telling me here's gameplay, and then we get like that, like a story trailer like we did for Last of Us, I'm like, okay, you have cinematics in it. That's all you told me.
Yep.
You have scripted animation. Okay, how do you play this? Is it a bigger world? Is it a smaller world? What are the things we have to look out for here? Like, something that's like systems. Did you upgrade your system somehow? Like, is AI more? Is it smarter? Is it doing something different? Or are you just giving me Last of Us 1 with better visuals? That's what I got from this Xbox Series X. Everything looks prettier. Okay.
So I understand what you guys are saying, but it's kind of difficult, I think, to please everybody in the sense that, like, I can see from both sides. I, being a person who's very a strong advocate for a good story, like, that's usually like the definitive reasoning whether or not I'm going to play a game if the story is good. Versus, I also understand the importance of gameplay. So it's like if you have like a group of people who, like you guys, are very like emphatic about like how good is the gameplay. That's what I'm concerned about. I want to know what I can do, how I can do it with who. And then there's some people
with everybody, hopefully.
What?
Anyway,
and then there's people who are like, I want to see the visuals. I want to know what the story is. I want to know why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it's
That's why
like
you play it.
Yeah, I understand. Like I said, I understand both sides, but there are some people who want to see that. You know, so it's kind of like
see the story. Who want to just see
who want to know what the
cinematic.
story is. Maybe
Well,
not.
yeah, but you can do that. You can show the story off and show gameplay off. Like there's plenty of that. But like us, just because the story's good doesn't mean that the game's going to be good. Like if the gameplay itself isn't good, most people aren't going to play it. Like the reason you play a game generally is for the gameplay. There's a lot of games that don't even have story. You know,
There's a lot of games
just
that are barely gameplay too, though. The Telltale games, they play by pressing a button and you progress the story. So basically hitting next in Spotify, but people are there for the story itself.
No, there's a fail. There's a fail in Telltale. Like there's parts where you have to start over. That's what makes it a game.
And it's also decision based too with the Telltale games.
No,
like,
Brian's saying that he
choose.
just hit next. No, you can fail in that game.
Yeah.
What he's saying gameplay is a big part of it, and some people won't even play. They don't care about the stories for the gameplay. But I'm saying the opposite's also true. Where biggest example, Witcher 3 combat, not for me. The second the story comes in, that's really like her. And Gwent, and that's all I'm really there for.
And Gwent's a separate game in its entirely. So like,
so there's arguments for both, which is why I think there should be different content for both. Trailers, that's not a thing you need. You need teasers. Just a little bit of the story, a little bit of the aesthetic. This is what it's about. Release date or at the end put like a date for gameplay to be revealed. Then after that, do what I think you said they did with Cyberpunk, maybe a month or so after they finally talked about the game again.
40-minute video.
Yeah. Those are two things you need. You don't need trailers where you mix them, fuck you. You put them two separate things, you pick what you want out of it.
So I think that there's been a change over the years that has trickled from trailers to games. And that's, if you look at a lot of the old trailers for movies and even for games, but I'm talking particularly about movies, they gave as little information as possible, and people still went to go see the movie. It seems like now they try to regurgitate every single plot point in the movie into the trailer, and now I'm noticing that they're doing that with games too.
What was the movie, Brian? Was it you ran over there too? The
dog one.
The
Yeah.
dog movie.
Dog one.
We
know it
movie.
came back.
Yeah, we saw the whole movie in that trailer.
Yeah. So, do you think that's an ADD thing? Do you think that's why they're doing that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know why they're doing it. It's just marketing doing its thing. I don't know. The more cute scenes on like
because I would think that if you whet a person's appetite, it makes them want more, right?
Depends on the person. Some people are like, I don't know what the hell this is. I'm gonna stay away from it. They're scared of the unknown.
The biggest example of just get them enough so that they'll be like, what the hell is this? At least for me, was the Bombshell movie trailer. Which is 3 women getting into an elevator and then it ends. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was big names.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Like, from Naughty Dog, the people who made,
Uncharted, Last of Us.
And then just show something.
Don't forget Crash Bandicoot.
And Crash Bandicoot.
Thank you.
And Last of Us, you just said that. Show a glimpse of like, who's that guy? Why is he like with Uncharted 4? Who's that coming out of the water?
Oh, it was Nate.
Yeah.
And then it was just boom, logo, and it ended. And I'm like, let's go.
It's because it's a sequel, so we know.
Yeah.
If we see him, but even then, you just need. I think that's what the original point of a trailer, or I've been back then, was a teaser to. What the hell is this? You look into it. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't need fucking trailers. Gameplays for people. I understand the point of it. Like what Anthony said, if it's a new IP, what am I buying into? Show me what I'm gonna be doing. If you're like, I don't care about that. If it looks cool, like again, the way they announced Cyberpunk, when they said CD Projekt Red, I got my wallet out.
Yeah.
When they showed me the aesthetic of the game, which is like sci-fi cyberpunkish.
He threw it through the monitor.
Yeah. That was another good example.
All that was pre-rendered too. That wasn't even in game. Like that was all like pre-rendered CG.
Hollow Knight did a great job with their marketing stuff. Like they had a trailer and it was all it literally, like, the trailer itself was basically just gameplay. Like, it showed it was like pre-rendered gameplay where they just like take clips and then put them all together, but you got a lot out of the story of what it's about, and you got to see what you do in the game. And it's like, to me, that was awesome because I was like, oh, you get really cool details about how the game looks and what you're supposed to be doing, and then how it actually plays. And it's like, yeah, I want to play that.
You bring up a good point. Hollow Knight's having a sequel, and it's called Silk Song, where you play as I think it's the chick version of the knight. And their launch trailer, it shows you how she moves, how she attacks. Like, you can see how you're gonna be playing as her. And I'm like, sold. I granted I was expecting it to be very similar, but
So I have another question.
go for it. Not launch trailer. It was just like the first trailer. It's not even out yet.
Does the gameplay have to be? Does it just have to be gameplay, or does it have to be gameplay shown by another human?
For me personally, it's game. Like, again, load up Twitch. You see people playing League and stuff. You load or any new game that comes out. Oh my god, I hate to bring it up. Valorant. Everyone knew what to do in that game before they got a beta access code. Because the amount of people watching that's gameplay. That's people playing it. They knew about before I even got a beta code. I'm like, oh, that I heard someone has an ult where he can fire through walls or something, and I'm like, cool.
Unfortunately,
I hear that's like Counter-Strike, and the first any game, any visual video feed I saw of it is people playing it. That saves me time and money. I don't have to worry about, is it gonna be good? Like, what? I don't have to wait till another streamer does it. That's how they came out with Valorant. It's like, here, streamers play. This is how people will understand how to play the game, or what they're gonna get themselves into.
So you guys' way of solving this problem is
throw to what some publishers have already been doing. Don't give me pre-rendered whatever. Give out builds to people, let them play it. They'll make content out of it. We get to see it.
Wait a minute. So that's an interesting thing. So maybe there aren't teasers or trailers. Maybe you should just release
you release beta builds or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's been a thing. Some publishers do that, and some people get a early copy of games all the time. Bryant speaks of some of the FGC that get early copies of fighting games, and they get to try out characters ahead of time. And then when their embargo goes down, they make the video public, and people can see it.
Yeah,
that's what happened with Dauntless. Dauntless had some sort of preview, and then like gave a bunch of keys to streamers and let the streamers go out and play. And then people were like, okay, and the streamers were able to give out keys and all sorts of stuff, and great advertising.
And again,
it's the same thing with Granblue and the newest Guilty Gear. That's the point of beta code. So if you don't want to watch somebody play, at least give them a way to know how it plays. You don't have to watch this like prevent. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bunch of shit. It's just annoying to me the way that they do things. And if you guys sat there for like an hour just watching things that in no way show how you're gonna like digest the game, there's so many other people doing it. Just give me a code. Or do what they did with Witcher 3. You know, it's funny that I mentioned that again. Before it came out, they had like a sit-down developer commentary thing where you see him actually play through, and that's how you get the story. You don't need trailers. You see him walking by, and like, oh, and here you see Geralt push him or set him on fire because of Witcher signs. This is part of what he does. He's a Witcher. You give them those little bits. You don't need these fucking pre-rendered things.
Now that I see it on the video playing here on my preview window, go look up Scorn. Remember that video, Randall? That looked like a penis was ejaculating?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Watch that trailer and tell me what you do in that game.
Is this Scorn 2017?
No, it came out. It's part of this thing.
It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet. It's part of the Xbox Series X. So
there's an official gameplay trailer from 2017. Is that the one you want us to watch?
I don't know. Go to Xbox's channel and look for Scorn.
If it looks like something out of Aliens, then you're
maybe.
Right
I don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying is a bunch of alien stuff.
I'm just letting you know to watch the one that they made us watch through their event.
Yeah.
And whenever you don't have to do it right now, but whenever you can, and then tell me what the hell that is.
It looked like.
Looking at scrolling through the trailer, it literally just shows a bunch of what looks like alien dicks, and then puking something out, and then it shows a door, and then it ends. Like, what do I don't get anything from that. Like, there's possibly some aliens. Like, I've seen trailers like this. You don't ever see anything that they showed in the fucking trailer. You know, like, it literally is just, hey, here's a cool render of something that's in the game that you'll never see. Like, what does that do for anybody? Well,
granted, like I said, there's in some of these trailers there was like, okay, I can see with a HUD this is legit in gameplay, which is that 4-player like cyberpunk game. I think it's Ascent. It's like top-down shooter, but you're like in a cyberpunk world, and it's called The Ascent, and it looks cool from the trailer because I'm like, oh, that looks like it's gameplay because it showed like 4 players running around doing its thing. But it was like a hype trailer cut into pieces. I'm like, okay, another hype trailer. I was thinking like game reveal, we're gonna be walking through some of this stuff. But I guess it's just like hype reel. Hey, these games are coming, and that's it. So I'm like, don't call this a game replay reveal if you're not showing moment to moment here. Like, what is this hardware that you're pushing us to buy capable of doing that the one that we currently have cannot do because of raw horsepower? Can it not process a bajillion agents or whatever actors, when dev terms or whatever the hell you want to call it, that's running around in this world? Can it do ray tracing now because of it? That's what you guys keep buzzwording every time we talk about Xbox Series X and ray tracing. Bright Memory maybe had ray tracing on there, but all I saw was that person whipping people close to them and slashing them, moving on, and then Bright Memory coming soon, and we moved on. Okay, well, you're here to show off what the hardware can do. You're not telling us what it can do. You're not actually showing us what it can do. You're like, hey, this looks nice. Moving on. And again, recently, Xbox Series X, the standard is 60 FPS. But that's just a target now. That's your platform.
8K gameplay.
It's your console. If you can be like, hey, nothing gets on here unless it's running at 60 FPS. They'll say the standard should be 60 FPS, but depending on the developer, it might not make it. It sounds like those developers need to do some fucking optimizing or lower resolution and upscale. Like, this is your platform, my guy. But what, like, they're gonna have apparently monthly videos like this, not like this, monthly stuff to lead up to the release of the Xbox Series X. So next month, I don't know if it's next month or the month after July, they're gonna show first party games. So we'll see if Gears X Series X comes out and the new Halo or whatever.
Just gonna show title screens. And like, what do you think?
Yeah.
You can access this when you put the CD in.
I think they're this is obviously just my opinion, but I think they're treating these quote unquote trailers as like art festivals, because a lot of the stuff that you guys are saying are just visual eye candy. It's not actual gameplay, and they're presenting them like they're independent films, like they're a trailer to a film, like that Scorn thing.
Like, yeah, like and all those frames that I just saw has anything to do with what I'm going to be doing in the game?
Yes.
I'm telling you, when you see the Scorn trailer, there was a part where I'm like, yo, Randall was sitting next to me, like, yo, that looks that looks weird. And I'm like, that looks like a penis. And it cuts away to something else. And then it comes back and like liquid comes out of the thing that looks like a penis. And I'm like, what is going on? It's like, okay, I don't know how any of this tells me what your game does. Or what we do in the game, not what your game does. Your game's just gonna run.
Like, it's one thing if they at least show story. Like, if they like have a bunch of cuts to show you some sort of story to get the people who are interested in the story going. And then another thing, just to have whatever the hell it was that I just watched for Scorn and go, Scorn. What did I watch? What is this?
I don't know.
There wasn't even no narrative, was
in the video.
Huh?
There wasn't even a narrative, was it?
It was just ominous sounds, and then just weird things like the sounds, like things colliding with each other or whatever, and then.
So when they were like putting the video together at that company, nobody at the table was like, "So what is this game about?"
I don't know. I can't answer. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure like people who work in that same building that looked at that video was asking them like, what is this game about?
Yeah, like I'm like, what? So what are we showing them? We're not showing them anything. This is a teaser. They'll want to know more. They can go to our website and then they can watch more YouTube videos so we can get numbers.
Yeah, Short Fuse Gamer in my chat says they just want to boast about how good they can make games look and don't care at the moment about showing what it's about. But I think I have to agree. Like I feel like a lot of companies have gone more towards the game looks good. The rest of it is absolute shit. Like there's no gameplay, there's no story, there's nothing, but it looks good. I mean that's kind of how I felt about Destiny 2. Destiny 2 was pretty. There was no gameplay. There was no story. The story was absolute garbage.
It's still not there. In my opinion, it's still not there. The gameplay, I like to shoot, but the game there's no. I don't know what the story is.
And there was absolutely zero content when it came out. But if you spent $40
on the expansion,
you could get 2 DLC packs,
oof,
which I think gave you one more part of the campaign.
I think.
And then if you spent another
something.
$40, you got the third and final DLC pack that sort of gave you a lot more gameplay.
What the
heck? There's no. All these companies just release shit games because they seem to know that they can. Like the big IPs know that they can go, oh, Mass Effect. People will start drooling all over it. And then you have Andromeda, which was an absolute shit show. You know?
Yep.
Destiny. Like, I mean, Destiny came out because was it Bungie, lost its contract with Microsoft for all the Halo stuff, but everybody loved Bungie because they made all the Halo games and they were incredible. And then they made Destiny. And everybody was like, this is really cool. I really like this concept, but there's not a lot of gameplay or content. And they were like, okay, we're going to fix that with Destiny 2. Destiny 2 came out. Everybody was like, oh my God, it looks beautiful. It's got like all this stuff. You can find all these weapons. Where's the game? Where's the content? I sneezed and I finished. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Hey, there's one common thing in between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Can you guess what it is? Activision.
Activision didn't.
They published both Destiny 1 and Destiny 2.
Okay, so that makes some sense because Activision's kind of known for doing that shit. Ever since they merged or bought out Blizzard, I mean, it's just been a shit show from there.
That's why Bungie left Activision. Now they have control over Destiny. So that's why everything's turning around for them in some ways.
More like Hacktivision.
Anyway, so back to this gameplay thing. I don't even know if we answered the question. What do you guys think is gameplay personally? Bryant already, I guess, said his piece.
But you're talking about in pertaining
to video games. I mean, like, what is? What
I mean like trailers. You mean specifically?
A trailer, like anything. When someone says, "Come watch this game," what are you expecting to see when someone says, "Come watch this game"? Check this game out, and they send you a link to a YouTube video. What are you expecting to watch?
The game.
In detail, what to you is game? What is gameplay?
Exactly what I'm going to be doing, the actual game. As if I was sitting there myself playing the game is what I expect to be seeing.
Okay. And it seems like Kelsey's on the same boat.
I mean, I like the ones that like
mesh
show you
both
the characters, give you a little bit of both. Like it shows like a little bit of story, maybe they capture you with like the characters in the beginning, and then it shows them actually fighting and we're doing whatever it is that you actually do in the game, and then giving you a little more character stuff, like having the dual like cinematic gameplay, like actual gameplay, is fine with me. But I generally prefer more gameplay than the cinematics because, I mean, a lot of the times, like, I don't really care about the story because a lot of them don't have great stories. But the gameplay is great, and so I'll play the game just to play the game because I enjoy it.
I can see what Randall says about them basically treating it like an art festival, because if you think of Diablo 4's trailer, I mean, it was beautiful. It was lovely to watch. If someone didn't know what Diablo was, could you tell me what it was from watching that?
Yeah, which one? The cinematic one or the gameplay one? There was a gameplay one.
No, I'm aware of that.
But no, absolutely not.
They did it the way I want it, where it's whatever narrative shit, if that's what gets you, keep that, and it's still it's still a teaser, because they weren't like the puppy movie where like, oh, this lady's out and you see warriors and then you see her dying. It was just, this is the problem of this game now. And then they're like, oh, but then these other classes so far and how they actually play.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's a very good point.
That's fine. Like they gave, like you said, they gave you story,
Yeah.
and then they gave you gameplay. And they were, even though they were in two separate trailers, they still like gave you one of each. Not here's 3 trailers. They're all sort of something, like
it
they're all
happened just now.
sort of story, but like, yeah, I have to agree they did a really great job of, this is the problem, this is what's coming, this is what you're going to be facing in the game. You don't actually know how you're going to be facing it, but you know that that's going to be a main backbone of the storyline, in the game.
That was a good trailer, man. And then the gameplay, they showed what, 2 classes?
3.
They showed some
the
abilities,
mage, barbarian, and like the warrior.
They showed the speed. They showed that you can get on a horse and travel and stuff like that. Like, they showed that. I know there's gonna be huge lands that I have to use my horse to traverse because it's gonna be huge and faster than walking. I can turn into a bear. Like, what did I get from Scorn? There's alien dicks.
I think that's something that Blizzard should get credit for, even though the whole phone thing, they fucked up themselves with that stuff.
That was.
But they always know, even through they always know what to give you, if that makes sense. Because
even Overwatch, dude.
With Overwatch, the Overwatch 2 shit, I was like, I main her. She's out. I haven't played it, but that character, I'm her now. And then with Sigma, the Sigma character story trailer, because they do too. They give you a character story, and then Kaplan comes in later to tell you how they play.
Yeah.
The character story made me reinstall Overwatch.
Yeah.
Overwatch 2?
No, 1. 2 hasn't come out yet.
I know, but what was it that you were watching that made you reinstall?
Sigma's Overwatch Sigma character trailer.
Oh,
it's just his story.
So you're saying a new character came out. You saw it and you were like, that's my main. That's who I'm gonna play.
Yeah.
From narrative alone, they gave you that part, and then Kaplan came in. Oh, Uncle Kaplan, he told me how that person plays, and then boom, and then release date, you're good.
I don't know. It's nowadays. It's like, it's not, in my opinion, that difficult. Like, get it in the hands of people who want to play. Like, that's another reason why people go watch Twitch stream. One of the reasons people watch Twitch streamers and YouTubers. They're regular people like ourselves, just playing the game. They'll like. That's it. That's how you want to sell your game. Give it to the fucking not common job. It's someone who's professional enough to not just leak everything, but let them play it. Let people play it. Don't try to market it cinematically and stuff. That's, if you're going to I can sit down and watch a movie. What am I going to do from day in, day out? Like, for example, if for whatever reason I was told the beats of Borderlands 3's plot, I would be like, why would I play this? But I got my hands on it. I'm done with the story, and I'm still playing and having a fantastic time because I got my hands on it. The mechanics keep me playing. The story's like, oh, okay, cool. But what keeps a great game, keep you playing a great game, is how it plays. Moment to moment. What's the hook? How does it feel moment to moment to do things?
I think with sequels is different to an extent. I don't know, because I stopped playing because the story did nothing for me and the gameplay was the same. Like, I was wronged by the story. I'm like, I'm done.
I was about, like, the gameplay has never gotten stale for me in Borderlands. It's just vibrant ass enemies coming at you, exploding, running around, running, gunning, leveling up. It's great. Finding more loot. Anyway, so I don't know. That's just my rant for the day. Now I have nothing else to talk about besides, I guess, Jessie Ware. But where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here?
And yeah, we went over everything for Randall, myself. All right, the Bryans. It's a Bryant minute now. Which one wants to go first?
So I listened to the music that he had posted on there because those 2 were short, and then Kehlani's CD was actually pretty short too.
All right, then we can go into Kehlani's then if you want.
So what did I have a question for you real quick, Bryant? What did you think of the skits?
They were entertaining, but that was about it. The first one was funny to me. The second one, I was like, eh.
I didn't really see the point of them. Like, it was just trash to be put into the CD, like, or the release. I'm not really sure.
They weren't necessary. I think the first one was only to set up what the song after was about.
Like how this
But
just
literally, I
does
did not even need it. Because it was literally just Meg Thee Stallion talking. So it just put her in the song after, and then that would have been better.
I'm about to edit this. The what's it called? Size.
And they're just trying to hack us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Kehlani's album came out last Friday. I like her voice, usually like her music, so I was like, I'll listen to it, and I like the cover because I like looking at her. And so what, like 15 songs in less than an hour?
I don't even think it's 15. Pretty sure
I think it is. Oh, if you take out the skits, it's 13,
hold on. I got
think.
a bounding box. Stupid. I'm messing everything up. Just keep talking about it, because I got to.
Yeah, 15, but there's 2 really short skits, so it's basically outro. 13. Yeah, the outro's a song at least, though.
Yeah,
it's a short one.
It's a short one, but it is a
song. Only thing I have to say really is I like her voice. Whoever engineered it did a good job. It sounds clean, sounds polished, very well done. The music itself, it's just not for me. It's too pop R&B. It doesn't really feel like there's anything there as a listener. Maybe because she made it and she wrote it. Then
you said pop R&B
there. Yeah,
sounds like my alley, dude. Let's get it.
And she has a lot of similar, like, I haven't really like listened to a ton of her music, but even some of her other stuff sounds very similar to this one. That I can remember.
Yeah.
There's nothing really unique about any of the songs. Nothing really stands out. You know, she's just kind of, there's music and she's singing.
But it's not like bad music. Like it's an easy listen.
Yeah. I mean, I had it on I was like actively trying to listen to it, and then something came up and I started working on something, and I was kind of listening into the background, and like, it's good background noise, but it's nothing like, bro, this
banger,
this shit slaps.
Yeah.
Okay, like you need to
like
more like a golf clap.
The best way I can say is just everything's well done, well produced, well performed. It's just not my kind of music. Okay. I can't say any songs that suck. There's some choruses I'd rather not hear, but it sounds like it was well done. If you like that kind of music, where it's like more poppy, more over, like really polished R&B singy songwriter kind of music, I recommend it. It's just not what I was looking for. But I can't say it's bad. Well done sonically.
Okay. I have to give it a listen. I didn't get a chance to listen to it after you put it on here. Brandon, did you listen to any of these? I don't think so. I looked at your list. I'm not sure why I asked you. Like I'm dumb or some shit. All right. I heard one of these. So.
Which one did you hear?
Ooh La La. Because I was listening to the video. Because I wanted to make sure there was nothing in it that was like, will get me banned.
That was actually a fun song. I really like that one.
Yes. I haven't heard the other one yet. So I can chime in here real quick on the Ooh La La. And yo, I like that bass line. Love it. I'm digging it. Her voice is still on point. She's killing it. Go ahead, Kelsey.
Yeah, she's got a very nice voice. Like, it's easy to listen to. It's not harsh or high pitched or squealy or anything. The beat for that song was really good. The lyrics were okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was an enjoyable song to listen to.
I thought he was getting ready to say it was a night to remember.
I mean, if he plays it like now, he'll remember the song, and it would be a night to remember. Brian, what did you think of this one before we move on to the other one? I don't have a video for the other one, so I'll just have this play over and over, I guess.
We're talking about this one. I really enjoyed it. Hearing this one and the other one, which I won't say anything yet, and the single she had already, it's giving me an idea what the album's gonna sound like.
Yes.
And it's just one word, and that's retro. And I'm really liking what I'm hearing.
I know.
Only complaints with this song is it seems like her vocals are buried a little bit into the music at times. But the instrumental is so nice to listen to that I kind of didn't care.
Yes. Oof. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Anytime I see her name in a song, I can. If I were to bet money, I can bet that I can heart it before it plays, and I have to remove the heart.
Oh, I can't do that. There's some tracks on her previous albums where I'm like, I like it, but it's not heart material.
I think every album she's released, I've liked the newest one more.
I think I can be on the. I think I can just subscribe to that channel.
Yeah,
Brian.
her
I think
last
so.
what was it like? Fuck, what was the name of her newest one with like the pretty? Let me see. I still have her search on
Devotion?
Spotify. Let me see. No, it's like Glass House.
Glass House. Okay, yes, right.
Fucking immaculate. So whenever she decides to bless me with an album, on site.
Yep. We have it. From what the two I've heard, I haven't heard Save a Kiss. I guess we can transition to Save a Kiss unless you have anything else to talk about. Ooh la la, Kelsey.
I enjoyed it. Like I thought the song was really good.
All right, then you guys can talk about Save a Kiss.
You can start, Kelsey.
I gotta pull it up again real quick and play this one. Oh, I really like the beat to this one. It's got like a, like a kind of like a. It's not like a club mix, but
Similar, Anthony. Don't take this verbatim and don't get overhyped before you hear it. Similar to the instrumental of the first half of After Hours by The Weeknd.
Of the first half?
Yeah, now when
so
it
like
slows
Hardest
down.
to Love or Too Late?
Sorry, the song After Hours.
Okay. I thought you meant the album. Okay, I know what you're talking about
the
then.
song. Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, it has like a synthy dance bop to it.
Got it.
It starts slow too because you don't get it immediately, but then after the first chorus, it's kind of there throughout, and it's like somehow I already bought the album. In my head, I just hit like I just checked out on PayPal while listening to it.
Oh, got it. So this is definitely gonna be a top 10 for the year then. This album, if it drops.
It's just sounding retro. And I'm just happy with what all my favorite artists are doing this year.
Talk about it. You don't gotta tell me twice. All right. So you guys both, is Kelsey, you currently listening to it? Because he's just like spaced out, smiling at us.
No, I'm waiting for people to stop talking.
Do you digging this?
Question.
I was gonna say, do you like this one more? So if you had to pick between Save a Kiss or Ooh La La, which one would you pick?
Probably Ooh La La.
Oh, okay.
I think I like Ooh La La better. I like the beat for this one better. Like, because it's like you just kind of sit here, do the little head bobble thing, and you're like, okay, and then she starts singing, you're like, ooh,
oh, hit him with the ooh, Arriba energy. So Brian, same question. You got to pick one.
I like the instrumental more for Ooh La La, but overall, I like Save a Kiss more.
Oh, we got divisive, Randall.
Civil War.
What's this Division 3 now, dude?
Oh,
shit. Okay, I'm now excited to listen to Save a Kiss then.
I'm just excited to hear the fucking album.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, I'm with you there, dude. I am with you there. All right, and we'll switch gears from music to Kelsey's list. He'd been doing some stuff. He'd been doing some grinding. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, Randall. I mean, you were watching him play, so
I know Randall and I look like brothers. There is a slight difference. I have more hair on the top of my head.
Well, technically, he was watching you play, so I guess he can kind of tell me. But Final Fantasy 13.
I actually want to hear Randall's opinion on this, on what he thinks of me playing Final Fantasy 13.
That's true.
What do I think of you playing it?
Yeah, like you're watching it. What do you think of the gameplay, dude? Like, you like that turn-based? Like, it's
I hate turn-based.
Well, it's a mesh. It's because it's not really a turn-based because it's like one of those.
It's turn-based.
It's time-based.
It's turn-based.
I would imagine
it's turn-based. I watched. It's turn-based.
I played it.
It's active,
but it's
active turn-based.
Yeah, that's why I would say it's time-based, not turn. That makes sense. Like you have an active cooldown, and then you can go when the cooldown's done, not when you go.
I want to throw the punch. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it's like. I don't think it's traditional turn-based.
There's an argument to say that fighting games are actually turn-based.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so really you like turn-based. You're just a whore.
No. Because
is Brian pouring water?
Their type of
Hold on, everyone watch Brian do this for a minute. Instead of opening the cap, he's pouring it through the hole he's drinking it out of.
Yeah, I think this is what optimal looks like.
I wish he spills it. I wish he spills it.
I
Go
did
ahead.
the other day. The other day, my right arm just gave up and I just poured it all over my pants. It was funny. It was just like this.
He said it like his arm has its own mind.
It
my
does.
body is all one, and it works for the other.
Have you not seen him work out?
No, I mean I've worked out with him, but
No. When Brian works out, if he's just like, let's say, doing a curl, a bicep curl, his entire body's shaking. Muscles he's not supposed to be using. It looks like they're getting
he's
activated.
using his quads to curl.
Yeah, like I don't know how he does it.
It's always neck day, dude.
Jeez.
Oh my!
You're not seeing Goku's Ultra Instinct? I mean, his body has a mind.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait. I'm sorry. I missed. What did he say? What did he say?
He said you're not seeing Goku's Ultra Instinct.
Oh snap!
They released a trailer for him recently because he comes out May 22nd in Dragon Ball FighterZ. Glad that's uninstalled, huh?
So Kelsey, Final Fantasy 13.
So I'm only like a few minutes away from the end, like the ending the chapter, ending the game technically, the story, and then going into like the post gameplay.
Okay.
But I've been spending time off screen to try and grind out getting a big upgrade for my weapon. But I don't think it's gonna really be worth it. I think it's gonna be a lot better if I just finish the story, because when I finish the story, I get another expansion to my characters so that they can upgrade to a whole new level. And I think it's just going to be way better to have all the extra health and damage and things. Not to mention Fang gets her special attack, which is High Wind, which I'm pretty sure fires a bunch of missiles and things at the enemy and does a ton of damage.
Okay. So you excited to end this and start Final Fantasy 13 too, or are you gonna take a break after you finish this?
So I'm, because I'm in between this and Remnant right now.
Yeah.
But I'll probably end up doing is finishing this, or finishing the story. Probably finishing all the like Seath stones, which are like the bonus stuff.
Yeah.
And then probably starting up 13 too. But I also I want to keep playing Remnant from the Ashes, and I also want to start up Gears Tactics. So I might take a small break in between, but I want anybody who's been watching me play 13 to see the actual ending, and then
proceed to explain what the hell's happening.
Yeah, like you can sort of logically follow what's going on in 13, but 13-2, they literally are just like, no. That's seriously like when when I finish 13, if anybody who wants to stick around for it can see the ending, and then I'll start up 13 too, and then we can see how the creators were literally just like, so here's the story, and somebody else was like, no, and then
this is my story.
They just took they had like a bunch of post-it notes on the wall for what they could do, and they took a water balloon and threw it at the wall.
The hell?
And whatever got wet when it exploded was what they went with the story. Okay? Like each post-it note was supposed to be a given direction. And they were just like, and just, yeah, we're going to do that.
We're going to do that right there. Everything does the fusion dance. And now this is what the abomination we have.
So.
Okay. Hey. Maybe you want to switch gears to Remnant since you mentioned it?
Sure. I mean, it's definitely a lot of fun. It's a Souls-ish style shooter, and the story is kind of whatever. I'm not really entirely sure what it is. Like I've been trying to follow along, like do the talk with people, learn about whatever I can, but I'm still not really exactly sure what the point of the game is. Like, in Dark Souls, the point is just to kill bosses, gain power, and then either save the world or destroy it. And in this, you seem to be trying to get to some sort of tower, and then there's like all this other shit that's going on, and then you have like these weird creatures from different dimensions or universes or whatever that are showing up, and you can like make deals with them, or you can, side with one versus the other. Um, I don't know if siding with one versus another makes a difference just for this story, this gameplay through, or this playthrough. Because when everybody that I've talked to says that you just kind of get like a handful of bosses, and each section has a certain number of bosses that it can roll, and you fight them, and then you get to an ending point, and you re-roll the story, which then regenerates part of the story that you went through with new bosses and things that you can do. So
So
there's
it's
a
just
lot of procedurally generated stuff,
gotcha.
and like once you reach a map, that the map's just there. Like that's the map, right?
Right.
That's procedurally generated every time you roll the story. Okay. And the bosses are generated, and there's like a handful that they'll pick from for each like you could go into the same room in two different storylines and get two different bosses, right?
Okay.
And you may never even run across some bosses because you're just unlucky. You-
Okay.
but I'm having a lot of fun with it. Like, there's a lot of cool weapons. I picked up a scythe last night, and that thing's a lot of fun. Uh, I have a sniper rifle, and I was using a hunting rifle, um, which you like a single fire click, and then the sniper rifle literally only has one bullet in the chamber, so it's literally a bolt action. You
Okay.
fire, you reload. Fire, you reload.
It better do a lot of damage then.
It does quite a bit of damage. Like I was using the hunting rifle for a while because it was great to just fire off 10 shots or so and not have to reload. And so when like we got to the boss, it was nice to just like, ping him in the face a couple of times. The sniper rifle does a shit ton more damage, and I've gotten really used to using it, and so you know, I have a trait. Oh, that's another thing. So you get all these different things called traits, and you level up, and you just apparently keep leveling. There's not a known max level, but there are a max level for the traits, which is 20, and you get random traits from doing different things throughout the game. And one of them is like, you get more health, you get more stamina. One of them's reload speed. Another one's stamina costs. Like you can lower your stamina costs for like rolling or attacking, things like that.
Is that
And so
rolled? Is that random too, or like is it like a per run thing, or is it just is it always on your character and you just have to level it up?
it's random. Like you either have to acquire the trait through like a tome of knowledge or fighting a boss or something. And so there's like all these different traits that you can get. And I don't know if there's like a known max number of. I don't know if there's a max number of traits and you can collect them all or what. But it's really interesting because you can like build your character in different ways with the traits and things that you get. And so I pumped as soon as I got the reload speed. Having a bolt action, it's amazing because you literally pop one off, you reload, pop one off, reload, and it's great.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, watching you play it, I'm like, I should definitely give this another try because the only time we played it was that one that I mentioned. We just played in the living room and handed off the controller to everyone. I wonder how co-op plays in that, like actually having a squad.
I played it with a buddy of mine who's been trying to get me to play it for a while, and it was a lot of fun. They do a great job of scaling the monsters to fit the party that you have. Right, I think you can have up to 4 players. And my biggest worry was it was going to be like in Dark Souls 3. When I played Dark Souls 3, it's super difficult on your own. And then you get somebody to come in with you, and it's like, this is a fucking joke. It's not even a challenge anymore. The uh the multiplayer, the co-op stuff in this one, it scales. Like if you have a friend that's like way far ahead of you, whatever, it'll actually scale their gear. I it, we think it scales their gear. It'll scale their gear back to your level, because he's got a rifle that does like 1,400 damage or something, and mine only do like 150 or 250. And so he wasn't like just blowing through everything with
So
uh
it definitely does some scaling then.
somewhere, yeah. It doesn't seem to tell us, or at least he didn't tell me that there was anything on the screen. But it, when I was playing it on Apocalypse, which is the hardest mode, which by the way, so you choose which difficulty you want to do. There's like normal, hard, nightmare, and then Apocalypse.
And the Kelsey/Randall difficulty.
Yes, and so obviously I chose Apocalypse because I'm like, I want a fucking challenge. I'm gonna play it on this.
Okay.
And I played it. I beat that fucking first boss on Apocalypse. Okay. Apparently, Nightmare and Apocalypse are only supposed to be for characters that actually have gear, like that have played through the story a couple of times.
Like New Game Plus?
Sort of, yeah. So like,
then why have that available?
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, the Nightmare has a little warning. It says, Nightmare. This is for players who have, fairly geared out characters, whatever. But I'm not looking at Nightmare. I'm looking at Apocalypse. Which, you want to know what it says on Apocalypse? Apocalypse.
They say like one sentence that doesn't mean anything. It's just like, some difficulties, like the old Call of Duties, they were like the hardest one. It just says you will die. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
So it'll be like, it's an Apocalypse and some bullshit, but then the one before is like, hey, recommended for if you have like some kind of gear, and that's like the only one for some reason actually says something like that.
That's weird.
Right, and so as a first-time player, like I bought the game, installed it, loaded it up, created the character. They were like, "Hey, what difficulty you want to play on?" They can clearly see that I don't have any other characters. Why is that even a choice for me to pick that? Like, or why is there not some warning? Hey, if this is your first character, you should know that this mode is meant for players that have gear. Okay, like
that's I agree. That I don't know why give them the option if it's going to be hell if you don't have it. Like I don't understand.
Or like lock it behind beat it once and you can do this.
Yeah, like I mean, do like what they did with Ninja Gaiden, where you can't play the higher difficulties until you play to a certain point, on a previous playthrough. Like have normal and hard, and then Nightmare obviously be locked behind like a certain gear score or a certain trait level or something, and then have Apocalypse be one of those that like is like, oh, if you really, really want a challenge, try this. But
or just have it so before you commit to it, like you said, put a notice up. Hey, are you geared? You're not geared, so you're gonna have a really tough time. Are you sure you want to continue?
Yeah,
and
I don't even know why.
It's on the player, I don't know.
I don't even know why I was able to select it, let alone not having some sort of warning. Like, why would you have it on the one before it, but not also on the one
That's
before
an oversight.
On Nightmare?
Yeah.
On Nightmare, like this is generally meant for players that have quite a bit of gear and want an extra challenge. Apocalypse should have something on it that's like, this is for the top geared players that have played this game for a while, not Apocalypse.
Godspeed.
Like, and I still think it'd be that best.
Oh my god, they're hacking you. I can't hear what you're saying.
Second,
did Brian freeze too? Am I losing internet? Hello?
I mean,
snap. We've been targeted for termination.
Yeah, we've been targeted. Hold on.
Discord.
Oh, yes, this Discord shitting the bed, I guess. Oof. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. I bet. Let me go to South. Hello?
There we go.
Cool.
Yeah, I heard it. It was weird because Kelsey became another life form. But then Anthony and Randall, they're still audible. Like, it was fine.
I just switched to the South server because, just Discord woes.
Yeah, I don't know why it is they didn't have like any sort of extra warning on Apocalypse as well. But I beat the boss and then literally was not able to progress because even with my buddy in there with all of his gear, we just couldn't kill stuff fast enough in order to
and you just got overwhelmed with enemies.
Yeah, like I think I think it would have been possible had we spent several hours and gotten really lucky with like headshots or something, you know, to or maybe what type of characters spawned in, maybe, but I just don't know that it would have been worth just to do the same thing on like the next boss, you know.
Right.
So I rolled the character back to normal and started playing on that, and he and I played, and it's a fucking joke. And I don't know if it's just because my character's already got gear or whatever. Uh, but I at that point I was like, I really just want to see what the game's about, you know, what it's got to offer. Um, it is the gameplay is a lot like Dark Souls with guns, but it is not very loot heavy so far. Like, and that seems to that according to Adam, he was looking it up because I told him he would probably like this game, and I think the game is a lot more fun when you have somebody to play with.
Okay.
But it's not like Borderlands and things where or even in Dark Souls where you're like, oh, there's a path over here, you can go pick up this thing and get a weapon. It doesn't seem to be like that. There have been a couple of places that are like that where I've gotten like some armor or I think it's just the armor, and then I got the submachine gun, which was in the tutorial area, which was terrible. But I mean, it's kind of disappointing that you can't get like just a slew of guns and things to build up. It's very linear with like the upgrades and things. Like there's a certain point where you've upgraded your weapon to its max point, and until you progress past a certain point in the game, you're not going to be able to upgrade it.
So it's now so it doesn't have like the mayhem, like the chaos customization or uniqueness that Borderlands does. Because I mean, you can
It's definitely
throw.
not like a looter shooter.
Yeah, got it.
You spend the entire time collecting scrap, which is your money, and then materials like iron, different forms of iron to upgrade your gear. You can get boss weapons, like so when you kill a boss, when you kill the boss, you're given an item for that boss, and you take it back to this lady who will craft something for you, whether it's some sort of like power up or special skill or uh, a weapon, right? And so far, I'm using a dragon, I think it's a dragon pistol or a dragon submachine gun because it's like it shoots flaming bullets, and then as you build it up, you get a flamethrower, which is fucking awesome. Like
Okay.
Rando was watching me. I was getting literally overwhelmed. Like even on normal, I was getting overwhelmed by these little shits that just kept spawning out of thin air. And I was like, let's see they stand up to the flamethrower. Like 8 of them came around the corner, turn on the flamethrower, they're all dead. That's it.
That
was
sounds
awesome.
satisfying.
You know.
A minigun?
I don't know. I did get a crossbow that shoots like 4 or 5 bolts at once last night, and that one was a lot of fun.
It shoots 5 bolts at one. Like
yeah.
Okay. It's like a shotgun bow, or no?
Not really.
Okay.
It's like picture a crossbow.
Yeah.
But it's got like on the thing it's got like 5 bolts, but they don't like fan out. They literally just shoot straight.
Oh
like,
shit!
Like
so it's
this,
accurate.
but they're like
okay.
They're slightly spread from each other and just shoot straight. So against large enemies, it's great. Against like minor crap, their heads like this big, and so you only get to hit them with 1 or 2 of the bolts. And then it's a boss weapon, and its special skill is called Stake, I think, and it literally shoots this massive stake. Like you use it, and you just see this massive, like picture something my size except skinny, just flying towards something and then sticking into it.
Do you mean a steak like the food, or steak like what you put into vampires?
Steak like what you put into vampires.
Okay, I was thinking the food. I'm like, this sounds ridiculous, dude. I don't know, because I mean, it's.
You thought he was talking about the food steak.
Like a huge steak goes flying at him. That'd be funny.
There's a bunch of silly weapons out there.
Yeah, like Borderlands has a gun that you throw to reload, and as it's jumping around,
but it's
shoot at
Borderlands, right?
And it'll explode. Like this guy has a stake.
This game isn't jokey though.
this game's more of like a realistic ish game.
In Battlefield, there's a way to unlock a gun where you walk around like this with your hand and go when you shoot.
And you shoot people with your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What comes out of it?
I think it just gives them damage.
It just damages them, Randall. That's what happens when I want to see me live on camera. What happens if I shoot you with my gun?
What happens if I die on cam?
Then I prove that it works.
Is it the heavy? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Bow.
Bow.
Do he say that when he fires?
And the heavy in TF2, yeah, he has a taunt that he does this and he does this, and if an enemy player is close enough, he'll die.
Instant death.
Instant death.
Great.
It's fantastic. So you can wait around a corner and just do this and time it. So if you hear like someone walking, you can do that and it'll kill him immediately. But it's just a taunt.
Heck?
The Pyro has a Hadouken.
Yeah, he has another one. The pyro gets like fire in his hand and does that. And if anybody is that close, they just die. It's great. Valve, please.
You know what's funny? Speaking of the old games that are cherished, not getting updates. Skullgirls has been doing like netcode updates and adding stuff to the point where they added markers, so it'll tell you if the person you're playing against is using Wi-Fi or wired. And also now they added a thing that tells you jitter packets. So I guess like the range of your ping.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty neat.
Stuff like that. Yeah, they somehow making the netcode even better. Yeah, people are playing fucking Dragon Ball still.
I was really scared. I don't know what you're gonna play or say.
Fucking Grand Blue.
Randall, what do you think of the game so far? Because you've been sitting there with me for most of it.
Yeah, from a spectator's view, that's a good question.
Ooh.
Oh, Remnant game?
Was that an ooh?
Just a spectator.
He was what? Go ahead, Randall.
Randall, what's the most important thing you do in that game?
Breaking vases or what do you call them? Not vases.
Breaking the pots.
Pots. Breaking pots.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought roll would be it. Isn't there like a roll thing? I saw
No,
there is.
Breaking pots is more important because of what you can get inside them.
Oh.
It's just scrap and just like upgrade materials.
Got it.
I just like going through the game and going like if I see like a whole bunch of pots, I'll go up and break them and be like, Randall, remember, break the pots.
Yeah.
Randall's gonna accidentally somehow play Zelda one day and know that what he needs to do. Like
That's never going to happen.
He'll walk in and just start breaking it instinctively. It's like,
never going to happen.
Kelsey, he taught me well.
It's never going to happen. I am never going to play.
You're missing out. I mean, you can say that all you want, like if it's like some sort of trash game or something, but you're the one missing out.
I'm not saying that it's trash. I don't know that it's trash.
What is the reason specifically Zelda you won't? And I want to see if you're informed or you're just making generalizations. What is the reason you don't want to play?
I don't like the way it looks.
All right, that's not where I thought we were going, so that's okay.
Bryant had his gun set. That's a story.
No, I thought he was going to say, oh, it's a kiddie game because it's on Nintendo.
So what do you think of the game so far?
It looks cool. Like I think I said that while you were streaming. I think it looks cool. Especially like the weapons and the bosses are, some of them are kind of gross, but the design is pretty cool. I like it.
Would you buy it on PC and play with him?
I was actually thinking about it.
It's co-op.
I know he asked me like 50,000 times.
Oh.
Randall, you should download this game and play with me.
You can play with a controller too. Randall's played it.
Yeah, I remember when we all was dying to that one boss 50,000 times.
But I beat him. That's all you need to remember.
You know which boss I didn't really give a shit about?
452.
That one. Because he beat the crap out of me. And also River City Girls. All right, so we're moving on.
And you forgetting your other favorite game, your most favorite game, number one game. I think you like it even more than TF2.
Is it playing Joker on Smash?
I don't. Yeah. I have yet to play as Joker.
Since the update,
I haven't played Joker.
Today, all right.
I don't even know what game you're talking about.
It's your
Borderlands
favorite
or-
game, man. It's like you like it more than Borderlands, and you like it better
Division?
than TF2. No, you even like it more than that. You've told me this.
Madden?
No, not Madden.
I mean, I don't know what
You
game.
said it's the one game that's able to get a rise out of you.
I don't know. I that's how you might be right in whatever game you're talking about because I can't think of it. I don't want to think about it.
The only thing I'm thinking of is Cuphead.
That's
Oh
it.
my god! No, I actually do like that game. I don't
Really?
I'm just bad at it.
Not from the last conversation I had with you about it.
Shout out
If
to,
I remember distinctly, you was like, "F this game."
Yeah, because it's I'm bad at it. The game's still great visually. It handles great. It's just that's too difficult for me.
Shout out to that one of the enemies you can get at the end. That's just a fucking dead horse, just fucking the entire time while floating.
All right.
Oh, I knew he was gonna bring him.
Yeah,
up.
let's move on.
One other really quick thing.
Go for it.
I was last night. I think it was last night. I was playing, and there's these things that would like burrow into the ground and
Okay.
come up and try and jump at you. And I saw one that was burrowed. It was coming at me, and so I turned away. And I don't know if Randall clipped it or not.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't clip it, but I saw it.
You should have clipped it. 'Cause that
He was reloading
that
as it was coming. As soon as it jumped in the air, he dodged it. But it was like the most minimum dodge. Like, I already knew you were coming, bro. Why?
It was
pretty epic.
sexy.
Yeah,
well, you
it
can
was.
go back to your the VOD and
I know.
clip it.
I'll have to go back and get the clip. But yeah, like I saw the thing coming, so I turned and started shooting at a couple other things, and I'm reloading. I'm like, I can't, like I like if it's over here, I turned this way, and was just kind of waiting. Shot the things, was reloading, and then just kind of went as it jumped out of the thing, went pow.
Oh snap! That's cinematic right there, dude.
It was pretty hot.
That's an engine there.
That was really an engine, dude. That's the kind of gameplay I'm talking about. So Kelsey, you had a couple laughs watching Rick and Morty. It's
I don't know
episode
that I would
6
call
and
them
7.
laughs.
Really?
No spoiler.
Oh, okay.
No spoiler.
No spoiler, Brian. You haven't
So-
seen it?
No, I forgot they existed until now.
Oh,
Have you
I can
have
take
you,
my headphones off actually if you want to talk about it.
have you two seen episode 6 and 7?
sure have.
Do you mind taking your headphones off? 'Cause I want to.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Okay. Episode 6, the storyteller one.
Yes.
What in the actual fuck?
I don't know what is real in that episode.
bloody floaty man. That's my favorite part.
that
They turned
part
him
was
into
hilarious.
a spectacle, man.
and then the guy that was the things that were living and talking about like, oh no, I'm part of a whatever. We only believe that our reality exists because we don't have sex. And then he like
Oh,
start having sex, and then everything goes white. He goes, "I'm sorry," and then a bullet holes just start coming through the guy.
It is literally. You remember that analogy you mentioned earlier about throwing a water balloon?
Yeah,
That's how this episode was actually made.
it really was, and like, I feel like this whole season has just been. How can we make it even more ridiculous? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like Rick and Morty anymore. It feels like it. No, seriously, like go back and like watch the original episodes. I mean, there was plot, there was like actual anticipation. Now it's just become kind of a boring. You know what's going to happen next. Rick keeps coming up with the most insane gadgets that just let it. Like think about the what is it? The heist. The heist.
I love
episode.
that episode. You son of a
Okay.
bitch. I'm in.
That part was funny, but like, look at the very beginning. He's floating up to the temple, and he goes, activate your suit. They turn on the suit. They don't take damage. There's no worry whatsoever. Like, and that's kind of how the whole season feels. Like one of my favorite episodes is the intro. One of my favorite intros is the episode where he's like Morty, there's a princess that's got a Galaxian crystal or something, and we need to go get it because if I have it, it'll be cool. And he's like, Rick, you said I could go to school today. He's like, come on, in and out, 20-minute adventure, let's go. And then it shows them as like they're both just like, it says 6 days later. And
when they get inside the spaceship,
yes,
and then he's like,
yes, yes, that was great. Okay, but there were consequences. They're not consequences anymore. They're getting to that point where the show is just so overly over the top that it's not fun to watch anymore.
For me, I think it's become that, but in the good way, because now that's my comfort food. Because now I know when I'm the next episode is gonna be outlandish. It's gonna be some crazy shit, and it's gonna be absurd. It's gonna poke fun of everyone, even themselves at times, and it's gonna make me laugh. Like, what was it was this season, the dragon ones, where they're like when they're like fusing with the dragons, like that's random stuff, and I'm like, yes. Just like, what is happening? Also, technically, he did it with his grandchildren. Also, we're gonna skip over that. Also, this is funny.
That I think was the episode. Let me pull up the episode list because I'm pretty sure that was like the breaking point for me, where it was like, okay, what the fuck? So you had the Edge of Tomorty, which is where he has the crystal, and then the ending was fucking glorious.
Yes,
like that was great. The Old Man in the Seat, about the pooping episode, that one was pretty decent. The heist episode, it was okay. I mean, I loved that.
You didn't like the argument?
Do what?
You didn't like the argument?
I told you I knew that you would do that because I would do that because you would do that because you knew that I knew that you knew that you knew that he knew that I knew that you knew that you knew that I knew you knew that I knew.
Yeah.
Would do that.
Yeah.
Because I told you to. You know? Like, I mean, that one was pretty decent, but that's like where it really starts to get to that over the top part of it. Because the dragon one's the next one, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
You didn't like the dragon one?
I love the dragon one.
Okay.
I watched it with my mom when she was here for the wedding, and it was fucking hilarious. Okay?
When he said cocoon, oh my god.
And then you realize what his staff is.
Yeah.
With the giant dildo on the top of it.
That's what I'm saying. It just gets absurd, like purposely crass. It doesn't care. Like, they don't care. And that's what I like about it.
The rattlesnake episode.
Yes.
Where
and they have like an entire civilization and a storyline on the fucking time traveling snakes. Like, yes.
The sixth one, the storyteller one, it was difficult to really kind of follow what the fuck was going on. Like, it was interesting, but it didn't really feel like Rick and Morty to me. And then the latest one, it felt more like Rick and Morty, but it was another one of those, what the fuck?
But it did a great job, though, because you start off thinking, oh, this is what happened. And then when they're at the dinner table, they're like, so, where's Summer? And then that's when you're like, oh, fuck. And then the actual story happens, and it's like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Again, nothing revolutionary. It's just they did the whole Uncharted storytelling where we're at the end, and now let's fill in the gaps.
I think for me, I get what Kelsey's saying, but I think for me, my mind passed that part a long time ago, and I think if I could narrow it down to an episode, I can't remember the name of the episode, but it was the episode when Rick had contingencies for whenever he would die.
That's that
was the first one.
Yeah, for this season.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, when that happened, I'm like, at this point, it's not really about whether or not they're going to make it out. It's more about how ridiculous is it going to be, which to me is I still like it a lot because it's creative. To me, it's really creative and funny.
Don't you remember the episode where they go through the cleaner, where the bad stuff gets pulled out of them?
Yeah.
I mean, like, think about that. Like when Rick fights Rick, all the shit that he has in his house to keep himself alive, like in one form or another. Yeah. It's just absolutely ridiculous. there were like 2 or 3 different, guns where he takes his DNA, he takes a sample of his DNA and shoots it in something, and then fully grows up to where he is, in a matter of microseconds. Whatever. And even in the first episode of the season when he dies, the chip in Morty's spine is like, hey, go get some DNA, plug it in here, let's grow your grandfather again,
Yeah.
And then the contingency stuff where he gets pulled into all the Hitler things, the Hitler universes.
Yeah.
Like that was one of those out of left fields where you're like, what the fuck? What do you mean he's in a fascist?
It was like a crab thing, like a fascist crab or something.
Did he start off in the crab? I think you're right. I think he started off as a crab, and then he, was a human. Where Morty shoots his own grandfather, and then they all die, and then he becomes a teddy bear or something, and he's like, nope, slams his head on a bunch of glass.
Yeah.
And then he, becomes a wasp.
Yeah, wasp. That's what it was. I don't know. Like that doesn't surprise me in any way, because from the first season, you'll see, hey, there's a bajillion versions of Rick and a bajillion versions of Morty.
Mm-hmm.
The only storyline that I want them to go back to is the evil Morty one. Because there's that one Morty that's like the evil king. That's the only thing I want to see.
I want that one, and I want to find out what happened with what's her name, Jessica.
Jessica
that killed Bird Person. Who was the one that killed Bird Person? The end of season,
I think it was Jessica. No, Jessica's the girl he has a crush on.
Yeah, that's the high school girl.
That's the high school girl, I think.
What do you mean killed Bird Person?
Dude, it was like the ending of the season where they go to Bird Person's wedding.
Yeah.
And she kills him, and then at the very end, it shows her or at one of the episodes, it shows her like rebuilding him as a cyborg.
And who was it that was building him?
It was the one that he married. Tammy. It was Tammy.
Yes.
Tammy, Summer's friend Tammy.
Yeah.
They got an egg bite to go to Bird Person's homeworld, and Jerry gets picked up by that egg sac thing, the brain sac that carries him to the planet, and they show up, and he shows up, and then Tammy reveals that she's actually an undercover agent for the government, and kills Bird Person, and then tries to capture Rick and their family, and then they have to go to this some little planet, and at the very end of that, it shows Rick goes to jail, and then it shows Tammy coming in, and all the bugs are working on Bird Person, and they turn him on, and he's a cyborg now, and he's now called Phoenix Person. And I want to know what the fuck happens with those two, especially since Rick has dismantled the government, the galactic government. She doesn't really have a job anymore, but she's a human, and so now she's going to go do something else.
Yeah.
With Phoenix Person.
So those are the few like loose ends that I don't know if they're just going to refuse to do it, or they don't have anything written for that and they just let it exist. Because technically they can just jump into any parallel universe and be like, oh, this Rick and Morty's Adventures is this for today. Because they set themselves up with that portal gun to do literally anything, which is why they've gotten to this point.
And I think my problem is that like all the other ones have like some sort of progression in their lives. You can like logically follow a lot of the episodes and know that, because X, Y, and Z happened however many episodes ago, they're here now. And, it kind of builds off of it. These last several episodes have just been the water balloon against the Post-it notes. Like, this is what we're going to do. Here you go.
Oh, the third thing, I need to think about it. Remember the cat that can talk?
Oh, yeah.
I want to know I want to know how he could talk. I want to fucking know.
Yeah, and whatever Rick saw that he almost contemplating just killing himself. Like those are like loose ends that I'm like, but please tell me. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna take off the spoiler alert.
Didn't he tell him to leave the planet?
He left them there. He just said get away and walked away. He's coming back. Did he just comb his hair before putting it on?
No, I took my hoodie off.
Oh, I thought you were like, let me get suave real quick.
I mean, look at my hair. Does it look like I give a shit about what my hair looks like?
I know.
How do you guys feel about Jerry?
I like Jerry because he's the butt of the joke.
That he hasn't been in a lot of these the latest episodes.
Good.
That's
What is he
probably
doing?
what's
Okay.
missing.
He's just asking in general, Brian. He's not asking for these episodes specifically.
Let's see. What was the last episode he was in the season finale of season 3.
You remember that episode where I think it was on a different planet, but like if you're inside the bubble,
Your God mode on.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you go out, you can actually die or whatever.
Whirly dirly.
Yeah, and that was the episode that Rick had really like let Jerry had it like
Verbally, yeah.
yeah.
He's like a parasite.
Exactly.
That preys on
After
people.
he said all of that, man, like I looked at Jerry differently from that point forward, yeah. Cause I was like,
But I mean,
wow, he's right.
But that's been his gimmick the whole time. Like,
Mhm.
you know,
I
that's how the
thought
whole thing started.
To me, I just always looked at him like he was like an insecure man. You know what I mean? But
And he is.
it's a lot.
And-
But it's a lot more to it. Like based on
that,
what
I think it's because he doesn't have a job anymore. Like, at least when he had a job, he was contributing something. You know, now he doesn't. When he got fired from his job after that simulation episode, he literally has been a leech. You know, like it's more coming to light, like how flawed his character really is and how his insecurities and things make him such a fucking wimp. I mean, look at what was the episode with the marriage counseling, you know, where the way that she sees him is this just timid pushover, you know, like.
Yeah, Jerry's fun. He's just that. That's his character. So, and then all Rick did was just tell the audience what he does. They'll feel bad for me. And then
yeah,
he
but
brings
the
people
the whole fact that he was like he basically baited his daughter into marrying him.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Those are some strong words.
yeah.
And those were funny words because it made me laugh. Oh man! All right, well, that's Rick and Morty, episode 6 and 7, and also some history. Did you end up liking? Yeah, there should be. It's only been 3 episodes. They've been coming out every Sunday.
I mean, they've got for this season. They've got like
There's at least
episodes.
9. So this week will be episode 8. Next week will be episode 9.
Yes, they're on 7.
So we still have at least 2 more for this season that I know of.
Let me see if they've so they have 8 and 9 scheduled, and a 10. So yeah, so 17th, 24th, and 31st are going to be all the, and then I think that's it for the season.
Okay, that's fine.
So don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the episodes, but I mean it's starting to feel a lot like Archer, where, you know, I mean you guys used to watch Archer, right?
Yeah,
like
I got over it.
You had Archer,
yeah,
and then you had Archer Vice, which was okay,
it was just
and
fine.
then after that it's just like
then they went to like
the PI thing.
The PI thing. Then they went to like South America or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't made it through the PI episodes. I can't. I just like I watched the first couple and it doesn't feel like Archer for me anymore.
I get that. You seem like that Rick. So you're saying that for you, Rick and Morty's getting to that point where like we get the gags already.
Yeah, it's just the same
gags,
over the top shit over and over and over again. Like I don't know. Maybe I wanted more story out of some of this. You know, like you said with what happened with the evil Morty and the whatever they're doing with the whatever of Rick's. and what happened with Tammy, and then I think there was one other one that I'm like, what's going on with this?
I feel that.
So
I think they not once I saw that first like 2 episodes and I saw that what he and that portal gun can do. I'm like, they can write anything and it'll make sense.
I mean, I knew that from the first
Makes
episode.
sense in terms
within that world.
Yeah, within that world.
Like, and the thing is that we don't even know if we're following
the right ones. Exactly.
Yeah. People have I've already watched like 8 different videos of which episodes are actually part of Rick C-137 and which ones aren't.
Oh my god! Speaking of watching videos, we don't know if that's the real Beth.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, we don't know if that's the real Beth.
Like, it's what? It's like that episode ends in such a way where you're like, is that the clone or the real one?
Also, when they put Jerry into the Jerry daycare and they just grabbed a random Jerry, we don't know if that's the one.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
But you do know that it what is it? You do know for a fact that they dropped off C-137's Jerry, but yeah, you don't know if they actually picked up the correct one.
Yeah.
But it would be really funny if they showed C-137 like you knew for a fact that it was C-137 and then something happened and Jerry's like, what the fuck is that? Like something that they're like, what do you mean what the fuck is that? That's been here forever. Like what do you mean what the fuck is that? Because his reality is slightly different where that thing doesn't exist.
Exactly. Where you can be like, okay, there is a glitch here. Like or I'm not supposed to be here. But I don't know what it's for me. Yeah, I agree with that. But it's for me, it's still making me laugh until I'm like, okay, we're done here. Then I'm gonna like, yo, go ahead, go nuts. All right, so we're skipping over. Tony Hawk decided, hey, you know what? For my birthday, I want you guys to remaster my games. 1 and 2. I like how it says
Who played this?
I did.
Well,
I love these games.
we played the original ones, and now they're remaking it properly, not like pouring it over. They're actually just redoing it from like apparently
from the ground up.
Well, they said they're using the same like back end engine, so it's gonna play like the other ones did, like the old ones did. It's just gonna look, as you can see, 1,000 times better with more than 2 polygons.
I hope they didn't remaster or redo the sound of you doing a super. I hope it's the same.
All the original soundtrack stuff is supposed to be in there. Like all of the original sounds are supposed to be. The music, the sounds, all of that. Like it might be upgraded some to like a better quality, but
no. I don't want that specific sound upgraded in any form.
He wants the distorted fucking to come up when you do a special.
But yeah, like I'm super excited. And did you guys ever listen to Goldfinger's Superman?
By title, maybe not. Yeah, if you sing it, whatever's in the first game soundtrack, I can say yes.
Yeah. So Goldfinger released a quarantine video of them doing Superman, like the band playing Superman, and there's several others as well, but there's a Superman version which is from the original Tony Hawk. And the production quality for that is absolutely amazing. Like I've seen AAA companies release worse shit than this thing. Okay, like it is incredible. I'll get you the link and send it to you guys. But it's them playing in their own homes and like syncing up when they're singing together or when all the music's playing and everything else. There's like all these transitions. It is incredible to watch them do that. And the reason I brought that up is because it's in the Tony Hawk games, and when we were talking about all that stuff earlier in Discord, in my other Discord, that somebody posted that video, and it was fun to watch.
Okay.
Speaking of, there's something like that for people performing real folk blues, the Ultrasonic Cowboy Bebop, with a bunch of musicians and stuff, and some of the voice actors in there, and I highly recommend watch it. The show and that video.
Okay,
Um,
that's pretty cool.
but
Pussy.
it also Tony Hawk remakes remasters also spawned off the whole cash grabs that every company's doing.
Right.
You know, because a remaster, it's literally just a cash grab. That's all it is. You know, the companies can come out and say, "Oh, we want to test the waters for the IP because it's been 15 years since people played." Bullshit. People played it 15 years ago. It was a huge seller. It's going to be a huge fucking seller this year. You know, like, look at God of War. There was a huge gap between 3 and 4.
Well, to be honest, that's different because that was literally rebuilt in terms of mechanics, in terms of like.
I know, but
And-
it's still the God of War IP.
Oh yes.
And they did port the game over before they did the newest one too. They made like collections of it too, so I guess I don't know if they sold well, but they still did that bullshit.
But any remaster is just a cash grab. That's all it is. Final Fantasy VIII, the Mass Effect series, Dark Souls series. I think they did something with Darksiders. We talked about
Crash Bandicoot.
Spyro.
Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, but like the thing is, like people are going to buy them. Like they played them as kids. Most people who enjoyed them are going to buy them and be like, "Oh, I want to play this again." It's not going to be the same nostalgia, but a lot of people are like, "I remember playing this as a kid. It was fucking awesome. I'm going to play it again." Like I did that. Like I
did that with Crash Bandicoot. Fuck it.
I did too.
It plays just like the old one, so I'm like, let's get it.
I did that with Crash Bandicoot. I did it with Dark Souls. I'm gonna fucking do it with I did it with Halo. I'm gonna do it with Mass Effect. Like,
now that you reminded me, if I gotta put it in the
Let's do
games,
Halo 2.
Halo 2 comes out on PC this week. So frag. All right.
There's 2 words I want to see.
Lock and out.
There's 4 words I want to see. Lockout's 1 word though. So there's 3 words I want to see. Lockout's one of them.
Killing spree.
And then I need to see a playlist that says ranked SWAT. No, yeah, because Griffball was Halo 3. So those are the only 3 words I want to see.
Okay. Johan says he didn't get the Dark Souls remaster because it's smelly. I don't know what that means.
I don't mind. I know it's a cash grab. I don't mind letting them grab my cash if it's done like this or Crash, where it's not just we put a filter over it, $60.
Yeah, like there's a difference between.
They actually did something.
Like there's enough generations that went by. Like when even in this trailer it shows the old game, it had like 5 polygons on screen. So having it redone this way and it still plays the same, I'm all for it. Like Crash Bandicoot, I swear to you, that's what I thought the game looked like back then. And then you run it, and then you're like, "Oh shit, that looks like trash." Yeah. But like those kind of remasters, I'm cool with. But like stuff like that still holds up today without remasters, and you're like, "Oh, remastered," and all they did was unlock the frame rate and maybe up the res. That's not. I don't think that's worth it. But if you're redoing assets like legit from the top down, then yeah.
That's sort of what they did with the Final Fantasy VIII. But even that felt like a huge cash grab. It looked prettier, but I mean, it still looked like garbage.
Right. And Johan says he's down to play some Halo 2 lit. Squat. All right.
I have to install that, yeah.
Sorry, Randall, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying?
That's it. He's tweeting about it.
No, I was just gonna say I wish they did a remaster of or a remake of SSX.
I thought they did make. Oh, they just did they make one for last gen?
They did. If they did, I wasn't aware of it.
They made I don't know if it's a reboot or just a new game, but I think
the
last generation they made a new one. I could be wrong
though. They made a new game that came out.
You know, a game would be great if they remade NBA Street Series.
In 2012, it came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. It was a reboot, I think. I mean, I don't know how that's going to hold up now.
2012. That was a long time ago.
Hey, yeah. Now that I look at the time, yeah, the time's passed. But that's we said remake. I thought you meant like. I guess that's not really a remake because it's only one generation after the original.
Horror alert.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Remasters.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like this Mass Effect one, I'm assuming they're not remaking that game. It's gonna be another filter. I think they did that before, but I'm buying it. It's because I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an HD remaster. Just like it's just gonna be like running at a high res and like they're gonna lock it at 60.
No, what they should do is use Andromeda's visual, just get something useful out of that game and just remake the old Mass Effects with that engine, I guess. Make it worth it coming out. You know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't tell them to do that either because they'd have to use a Frostbite engine, and people who weren't familiar with the Frostbite engine were told to make a game called Anthem. Look how that turned out.
I mean, that's their fault. I don't care about
was so
Anthem.
hype.
Because Andromeda was the beta for Anthem. They literally just put Mass Effect on that so that people would buy it, and then they get a reaction like, wait, well, if you think this is terrible, we've been using this as a benchmark for this game.
Yeah,
Also, caca.
That's what spawned a lot of this conversation in our channel. You know, they have like they posted an interview and it was like talking about how the company's like, oh, we want to test the waters with the IP, see if people still want to play this stuff. People are gonna want to fucking play it regardless.
When you hit nostalgia, it hits hard. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is that you have all these companies that are literally like, you know, making just garbage games. Like look at Andromeda, look at Destiny 2, look at Fallout 76.
Oh.
You know, like you have these big name companies that are like, just get the game out, and it releases with all of these bugs, and then they have like early access. Early access should be reserved for like indie devs that are like, look, we have this, we're close. Please buy our game so that we could fund actually finishing it, so that we can deliver a great product.
Or it's a group of people who don't have cash to hire a QA.
Exactly. You know, you have like EA, Activision, whatever. Like, oh, it's in early access. We'll release it, and then it bombs, and it's like, well, it was early access. We're gonna fix it. Fucking matter. You're a AAA company. You should be releasing fully lit games from the get go. You know, like you shouldn't go, oh, it's you know, if you want to call it a beta, say, hey, we're gonna release a beta, test it, tell us what you think, what's wrong, what feels good, what doesn't, because we still have time to change it. You know, like we've already built all this stuff, but we can still like make changes, or even an alpha. Mm-hmm. You know, but I can't stand AAA companies that are releasing stuff in as early release, and
it's free QA.
What? Yeah.
Especially now that they don't have the exclusive NFL license, they got so much money flowing through there.
Mm-hmm.
Like even indie devs, if they don't choose early access, they're making demos, so they can get some kind of feedback.
Yep. It's just different mentality, because when the little guys doing it, I mean, they gotta convince a lot of people. Well, big guys like EA, they're like, oh, it's EA, they'll buy it. We have our stamp on it. They'll buy it.
I'm interested to see how football is gonna do now, because 2K was sniffing close to their butts. People already prefer 2K over NBA Live, so that says a lot.
In terms of the football,
everyone usually, I mean,
everybody.
That's not true. It's not true, bro. When EA didn't have the exclusive license, you had NFL Game Day and you had 2K making football games, and a lot of people was preferring those games over Madden. That's the that was the whole main reason why EA bought the exclusive license, so no other company could use licensed NFL teams, because the competition was too tough for them, and they wanted to guarantee that people was going to buy their product. But now they don't have that comfort zone anymore. And now these other companies can pick up because they don't have the exclusive license anymore. So it's going to be interesting. I would not be surprised if you do not hear that Madden is still the number 1 NFL football game being sold.
Good. Fuck that company.
Yo, you know what that means?
Blitz.
We might get more NBA Street games, because now who made that? EA Sports.
No, it was still EA, bro. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, still EA.
In my head, it was someone else that cared.
Oh, you thought someone else made NBA Streets?
Yeah, until I said out loud who made it. In my head, it was someone else. I was like, that's why we're not getting another good one, because Home Court was actual diarrhea.
Volume 3 was the prime, man.
2 and 3.
Was it worse than Need for Speed Heat?
It was so badly designed that Anthony, who's trash at those games,
was
never
bodying.
missed a shot.
Yo,
Yeah.
I was bodying any AI team that came up. I'm like, yo, I'm winning this. I'm just letting y'all know. All right. All right. I guess let's move on. Did I miss anything? Oh, that's done. All right. Oh, we're just gonna go to fan mail, which is submitted by Randall himself. We'll move this back to cute tanks. I guess I do fan mail. Randall asks, what theme should I use for Twitch? Parentheses loaded up.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you, what?
Randall, so now you have to answer his question.
The reason why I even asked this question is because of Bryant, because he said when I asked in the I think it was
Brian put the oh shit I'm on blast eyes.
I think it was Kelsey's stream. I think I might have asked something about the panels, and then Bryant was like, "It depends on what your theme is." So I'm trying to get more information on what exactly he means, along with the opinion of the rest of the party.
It depends on what you want your persona to be, like what your channel to look like. Like you have your theme already, you have the assets for your channel. It's gonna be an arcade stick with this is loaded up. You can just put a panel that has like that same arcade stick and then text next to it that says, "Oh,
and you should just
Twitch."
take my retro gaming stuff. Like that's what an arcade is.
Yeah, like you can make it just whatever, like, or make a cabinet that says loaded up on it, and then a bar next to it, and have some text on it. I don't know.
And I'd love to switch from what I have to the what is it, the Sisters of Fate or whatever, but I can't draw.
With that attitude, but coming this Thursday on
I
Twitch
actually have been
TV.
looking at the pads. There's a Wacom that's like $80.
That's pretty
on
cheap.
there. That I was thinking about getting, and just like, because I have Photoshop on my computer, so I was thinking about
just
starting
using
to
that.
draw.
Yeah,
if I can do something.
If the Wacom's only $80, that's not bad.
I think I have an extra Wacom. I think.
No, you had one, and then you gave it to.
The Gabs.
I think you gave it to Gabby. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I think so.
Then I guess I don't have an extra one.
There's a couple I was going to ask you about, Randall. There's one that's like a company that I've never seen before, but all I have to go off of is people I've talked to and then ratings on Amazon. But there was, Wacom's a pretty big name. Like that's been around for years. I know what that one is. And you and I have talked about it. But there was another one that I was looking at, but it was only like $20 or $30.
A suspect.
But it actually had pretty decent ratings. Like it was like a 4-star and had several thousand, reviews.
Then it might be a good one to like start off with.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to like, spend a ton of money, which is why I was looking at that $80 one. I figured, $100. I'm not like throwing like $300 or $500 in the bank and going, oh, it's collecting dust over there next to my server. So.
But back to your question, Randall. What do you see? If you could see a picture of since you do vision boards, what do you see your brand looking like?
I don't know. That's why I was asking you guys. What's so funny? Because I have a vision board. That's funny to you?
It's when since you have a vision board, what do you see? Everything worked together. That's why it was funny.
How do you stand up?
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was asking you guys to get some ideas.
That's something I can think of, since you already have some assets made for that channel. Just keep using it and just,
I don't really have assets. All I have is what you've seen, which is
that's enough to make panels. Because all you need is something, an icon.
Well, I've seen people
arcade stick, and then just some text next to it. That's it.
I've seen people panels. They have like different things for.
What does different things mean?
Different images for different sections of their panels.
You can
say for example, like there about me, I have a picture of a dog, and then
make an arcade cabinet in the form of a dog, and then put it on there. And for the video, go ahead.
You could do different arcade cabinets with like different games.
Yeah, they could do a Street Fighter cabinet. What game?
Like a
What
Mortal
fighting
Kombat
games?
cabinet.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily like that. You can just have a cabinet, and then the title of the cabinet is what the section is. So you see a cabinet that says about at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but my thought is that he would, if he wanted, like, if he could either have like a single cabinet, or he could have one that has different graphics on like the side of it, and then have, the about and things across the top, depending on the section.
It basically, since you have a logo made, just the rest of your stream could just fit that aesthetic. Thought he fell asleep.
Yeah, I thought he was like, yo, this is all interesting and all, but does that answer your question?
Kinda.
Okay. And that's it for fan mail.
I mean, Anthony doesn't really have a theme. He just like, oh, I like this overlay, and then puts it on in his ongoing
I
stuff.
literally swap overlays like it's a shirt. That's why I can never get a tattoo. Cause I just like art. I like different swapping it out, seeing something different on a different day. Like that's why I can't.
You would end up with a sleeve. You'd start with like something up here,
Yeah.
something over here. And you're like, oh, that looks cool. Let me put that like right here. Oh, that looks cool. It's like here, and then pretty soon, you got it down to your wrist.
Yeah, like if I ended up doing that, I'll have a sleeve of things that are not relevant to each other. Like I'll have like a TF2 thing, and then like cocaine, and then like another one that has like.
I mean, that's fine. Like that's what a lot of sleeves are. Not all the sleeves are, themed. Like one theme. Like I've been thinking about getting a sleeve, but I don't know what I would get on it.
But then the problem is, once I'm done with the sleeve, I want to get it all done again.
So
You want them to take it off and restart?
Scrap my skin
You
off,
got
put
two
new
arms,
skin,
bro.
and then
So
when
that's
that one's
why-
done,
So that's why when we get to the time where there's prosthetic limbs, just
talk
buy a
about
bunch
it.
of arms, and each of them has their own theme.
Brian understands.
Y'all wildin'.
Brian understands.
Y'all are wildin'.
I can't
There's
wait.
no way.
Randall, when that feature
I'm keeping
comes,
my arm that I was born with.
well, good for you,
can
bro.
keep it, but you can put it in like a case and then put another one.
No,
on.
I do not want to detach it from my body. I was not born like
Oh
that.
no, there's doctors that can do it for you.
Yeah, you don't
it
have to do it
yourself.
yourself.
I'm not.
Oh, Brian, talk
You
about it.
understand what I'm saying?
I don't know what it looks like. I'm
Only
slapping
thing
him.
that I'm off. Only thing that I'm okay with a little bit is nanotech. Anything outside of nanotech, I'm not dealing with.
You can use nanotech to do surgery on yourself, and then they can. Rip it
No,
off
I
for
mean
you.
like nanotech inside my body that's like enhancing the muscle fibers and stuff like that. I don't mean like detaching junk and putting it over here and then picking up another arm and putting. No, I'm not doing
That's a
that.
very
bro.
weird
You
gray
don't want to
area.
be like Alita Battle Angel.
Heck no.
If you don't want to do that, then what you can do is get nanotech in you so you restore your limbs quicker and just rip it off like Piccolo.
I don't understand. That's a very gray area that doesn't make any sense. You
Yeah,
wouldn't.
You just said nanotech, but
Yeah, that's worse. That's
Well, how is that worse?
you're not born with that.
I know that
So then why can't you just get another arm that you're not born with?
because I do not want to detach body parts.
You are detaching your body part though,
What are you talking about?
because you're using force from something that's not yours. So
But the arm that I was born with is still here.
it's not.
It's
because
just
now
the
augmented.
inside of my body
Yeah,
is
that makes it
altered.
Augment. That's augmented. That means it's not.
I'm not okay. I've never said that I was 100% against augmentation. I said that I do not
Say it right
want to
now.
detach body parts. I am okay with nanotech
That's a
because nanotech usually means that it's inside your body and it's enhancing what's already there.
it's not enhancing. It's just replacing what's already there, but from
Okay.
the inside out, not from the outside.
Well, either way, as it stands, I'm not replacing my eyeballs. I'm not detaching my arms, no limbs. I'm not detaching anything.
Bro, that
If
fucking
I
wear
can take
contacts that will allow me
something-
to zoom and shit.
If I can take something or get something implanted inside me that allows me to improve myself, okay. But I'm not detaching.
Kelsey, that fucking part in Cyberpunk when they're doing the surgery and they pull the guy's eyes
Yeah,
out.
see, nah, bro.
And you can see
No.
the camera goes with the eyes and you can see them doing the surgery, bro. I'm like,
Are you
that's me
Anthony?
right there,
Anthony,
dude.
look at me. Are you serious?
Yeah, and then when he
No. I need you to look at me.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
If I could have
Yeah.
You're
cybernetic
really
eyes,
good. If they said we are ready to go tomorrow, mass production, you're gonna be in line. You're gonna get your eyeball taken out.
if I can afford it,
goddamn right.
if I can afford it,
Randall's gameplay of Cyberpunk's gonna be so boring. It's just a guy with nothing on.
Well, no, what is that? No, that has nothing to do with me. That's a game. I'm gonna do all sorts of things to my character.
Oh, like what, Randall?
Wow, really?
The argument around that is, don't you make your character to look like you usually when you make a character?
I mean, maybe like facial features and stuff like that, but I mean, if
Why, she's gonna be the most regular guy. He's gonna name him like Ted or something like that.
if you say so.
Why Ted, dude? This too soon.
Yeah,
Tim.
I miss him. Yeah, no, he wasn't ready for Tim.
Yeah, my God, I can't wait till
I can't believe that,
bro.
man.
It's gonna be super expensive.
You guys are on board for that? Like real talk.
If I could see, if I knew for 100% sure that they would take my eyeball out and put in something that would allow me to see everything crystal clear at all times, you goddamn right I would be standing there. I already got LASIK, so like.
Yeah, but that's an improvement upon something that you were born with. You were born with those eyes.
Well, Randall, the eye socket that holds my eye is gonna get improved with a cyber eye now. So
Exactly.
like,
You have that much faith in human technology.
Randall, technology is greater than human. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, if you say so. I don't 100% agree with that, but
Well, I'm the
That's
reason
why
why
we're all
iRobot.
different.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm the reason why iRobot happens.
there's no way. Mm-mm.
I get it. That's fine. I'm just letting you know that when
If I have to be one of the few human beings, this guy. If I have to be one of the few human beings walking around on Earth that's just like regular or vanilla, and everybody else is like enhanced. Oh well.
I don't know that you could ever be vanilla.
I will
Randall.
never talk to Johan after that. He said he'll put a retractable frying pan in his body. He'll hit me at the most random times. Oh my God.
Well,
You don't want the ability, Randall, to have a chip in your head, right? And you can just assess a human being, know when they're upset, when their heart rate's up, deep scan. Oh, it looks like there's like some sort of something happening in their body, and you can read all of that without even having to second guess it. It's just done for you. Whoop, on screen on your eyeball, you have all the information. Where do I need to go? You don't need to worry about looking at your phone. It'll be an on-screen HUD. Take a left.
Randall, you
Oof.
could potentially teleport.
Randall, I can just be like, let me put my car legs on, and I just have wheels, and I can just
That would be awesome.
yo.
that is not awesome. Don't encourage that. That's not awesome.
You say that,
so
but you're
even
like-
if they could make. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you got it, baby.
So you're saying even if they could make your arm look exactly like what you have now, you would still not like what they do in what is it, iRobot with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Like he's got a fake arm.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they could do that, you wouldn't do it.
No.
Would you do it if you actually lost your arm?
Ooh, good question. But Kelsey with the reporter news. Let's go.
Like,
Journalism.
like if you
Wait,
were,
so
if you were in a-
so let me
if
hear
you
this
were in a car
scenario.
accident,
Hello? What do you-
if you were in like a car accident, right?
Yeah.
So you're driving down the road. Some drunk comes out of nowhere. You got your arm out the window. He smashes your arm, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Would
I heard thinking
you
about.
would you get an implant so that you could have functional arms?
I feel like he's trolling me because that's like a very easy question to answer. Like my original arm is damaged, so then yeah, I would get an.
Well, Randall, human beings are damaged, so why not just improve by putting
Look,
technology in you?
Stop, Kelsey. My arm is damaged in the accident. Yes.
Yeah.
So then it makes logical sense to get an enhanced arm.
No, it doesn't.
You can just
What is my other option?
Your whole platform has been, I don't want to replace my own body.
I don't want to replace a perfectly working arm.
It's not
Your scenario is drastically different.
Randall.
My arm is damaged in a car accident, which means it no longer works.
Randall.
My only other option is to get a new arm.
Randall, you said it was a
Are
perfectly
we all
working arm.
damaged?
I just said that.
No, Bryant.
Brian,
We're
I
not all
just said
damaged,
that.
So you're perfect, huh?
I didn't say I was perfect.
Randall, you said you had a
Oh, we're all
perfectly working
damaged.
arm, right?
Yes, my arm works. It works the way it was designed. So yes.
Well, it wasn't designed to lift things. Can it lift a car? With this new enhancement, brought to you by Acme,
How often in your life have you ever needed to lift a car?
literally every day.
Really?
We actually
Yeah.
lived in a
Why?
car for
I need to move your
major,
car out of the way.
prank.
What?
Randall, you
We
trying to tell
lifted
me
a
that?
car for our senior prank.
Oh, dang. See, that point, that would have been really easy if they just had an arm to go, whoop. That's
Randall, you
it.
trying to tell me like you don't want legs so that if you roundhouse your loans are gone?
I don't
Speaking
feel like
of-
that deserves an answer.
Speaking of
So it's
loans, I don't know how good of a percent you got on your mortgage, but the mortgage rates are in the toilet right now. So if you wanted to like do any upgrades to your house or try and refinance and get a lower mortgage rate, you should do it now.
Get a moat.
Oh, okay. I
'Cause
gotta
I
talk
went
to
from-
my guys.
I went from 4.625 to 3.25%.
What the
I
fuck?
ended up like saving. I thought I was saving a lot more, but they didn't include the escrow in the estimates. But I ended up saving like over $200 a month.
Wow.
Not to mention however much that's going to save me in the long run.
Well, yeah, $200 a year. That's quite
That's a
the
lot
number.
of
Yeah,
money.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, $200 over the course of a year.
Over
Yeah.
the course of a year. Sorry, I fibbed that one. That's still
Yeah.
a lot of money.
But then we also pulled out a bunch of money so we could install a pool.
Lit. I mean, it gets hot there, so you do need a pool. All right.
There's gonna be a sign on the side that says bikinis optional after this point.
Oh, nice. I hope it's right at the entrance.
It is.
Lit. All right. Well, that was fan mail. I hope you got the answer you're looking for, Randall. Go cyber. Notable releases.
Not really, man. I didn't get the answers I was hoping for.
Randall,
but-
we can't
What
design it for
answers
you.
did
Like,
you get? You asked would we replace our eyeballs? Anthony and I both said yes.
No, he's talking about the,
the
fan mail
Twitch
question
panels thing.
about my theme. What theme I should go with?
Oh.
I mean, we it's one of those things where you have to try it out yourself. Like, you also have to keep in mind, like, there's a light and a dark version of Twitch. So whatever assets you make, you got to make sure it looks good on both. Because there's probably heathens out there that watch Twitch on light mode. So
I totally forgot that there was a light mode.
exactly,
Do you know there's a light mode of Discord too?
yeah, and I'm sure there's a
So
Are you serious?
dozens of
Yeah.
I
Nick
thought that was the
uses the
default
light
look.
mode.
Huh?
And there's this comic that's like a police investigator, and they used it as a template for like all these things. But they like show up, the guy's like got a dungeonous room, and the cop's buddy comes in and goes, "But Sarge, how did you know that he was the one?" Because he uses Discord's light mode.
Yeah, like there's no way. Discord has the dark one set by default. So someone went in there and said, I let there be light.
That's what Nick did.
Really?
Yeah.
I
No,
didn't
tell
even
him,
We all
tell
give
him
him
no.
shit about it too.
Tell
He
him to
didn't give a
stop it.
fuck, but it's hilarious.
Tell him to
Probably an
stop.
alien.
Okay. Well, notable releases, people. Hunt Down is like a side scroller shoot 'em up. Looks really cool. I think it's like a co-op game, which looks pretty cool. Very pixelated. Not Broforce level pixelated, but like I don't know what to
It
call
looked like a Contra.
yeah,
the
like,
old Contra game.
yeah, similar to like an SNES Contra. And
Are
then,
there pictures?
yeah, I got you, homie.
There's a video if you click on the link.
It's like this.
Adam.
Oh.
And it's co-op. It looks really cool.
Anthony,
What's up, homie?
we never got that cop game.
Police Stories.
The heck is that?
Yeah, we do need to get it. And there's a Steam sale coming up soon, so it might be on sale then. I'll probably get it then. It's like a co-op, and you then it's kind of top down, and you try to like raid houses and stuff. Like you do cop stuff. That's a co-op though. It looks really cool. It's basically how fast can I kill Brian, or get Brian killed. That's what's gonna happen.
You know what else is co-op?
What's up?
Remnant from the Ashes.
Same.
Randall,
I
when you
knew
gonna
he
get
was
it?
going to say that.
That's true. I do know. In all honesty, I do want to try it again because we played it and we had a great time. So that's why I was
Yeah.
like, I never gotten it. So maybe during the Steam sale, I might grab that too.
Yeah, the last Steam sale, they had the game and the DLC for like $33, and it was cheaper to buy the bundle than it was to buy them individually. And so, when my buddy was talking about it, I ended up getting it. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, it's a cool game. I think it would be a hell of a lot more fun with
Co-op
friends
partners.
to play. Yeah, especially since they actually seem to do the scaling properly. So it's not like, I mean, I can still play my character and then come in and I'm not like carrying you guys through a
Decimating
bunch of
everything,
stuff.
yeah. Because that sometimes is boring. Like if you have guys that comes in, it doesn't scale right, and they're just slaughtering everything. At that point, you're just walking. Well, actually, that's not even true. Diablo 3, Bryant and Johan are the same level. I'm still just walking because they kill everything before I reach it.
Who told you to play Crusader?
I don't know, because I like to hit things physically, not throw things.
You always pick the melee characters?
I usually do, but then now as I got older, I'm like, there's no point.
Well, as a Crusader, you can play a Thorn build where everything hits you and dies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Anthony,
cool.
You could have been melee and still did damage if you would have got a monk.
I didn't know that.
Monks are
But
best.
Crusader is because I thought you can heal people too, and I'm like, it has sort of. Like, I wanted to like attack, and then if I had to heal, and there's no other option, like I'm the last thing. John says, "I'm sorry for ruining your experiences." It was fine. I made like 7 other characters, kept playing. The game was fantastic.
Yeah, Monk and Crusader, I think both have. I know the Monk does. Monk has a lot of healing skills. Summons Meteor. I think the Crusader has the ability to heal stuff, but like if you play the Thorns build, you don't need to heal. You literally just stand there and things die. It's hilarious.
That's
Like
dope.
you have attacks. Like you use attacks to you melee stuff with Thorns. And that's what having high Thorns damage is what gives your attacks damage.
Oh, okay.
I think it's funny how Anthony chose Psylocke out of all the characters in Ultimate Alliance.
Because she has a Psylocke usually has a sword, and
How
I like
good was it?
It was worthless. But I like katanas, and she's the only one that had. Then at that time, she had the katana, so I'm like, I'm gonna go and be a cool sword master. I like swords. The hell you want from me?
You like to get up close and personal.
I do. Like that to me is the most like the villain inside of me. That's the way to decimate your opponent. Is
And
let
you
him
would
look at
really-
you right in
really
the
like-
eyes
I
and
need,
just slowly take them out. What are we doing? This is a podcast. So
I need,
the other game is
I
what?
need Rising Thunder to come back in some way because Anthony actually truly belongs to the grappler community and he just doesn't know.
I like to put their money on the thing. The
Yeah.
only thing I don't like about grapplers is I'm bad at inputs. So like doing those cool grappler moves, I'm not used to doing like full
Anthony,
circles
Anthony.
and stuff. So
Anthony.
same with sight. Like
Granblue,
go ahead.
La Diva, shortcut button. You just press it, no directions, you SPD.
Oh, that's pretty nice. But like
forward, and shortcut button, and tire grab.
oh, that's neat. That might be my main then. Anyway, but like there's characters I like to play. I want to play. Everybody know I'm gonna use the same example. Bison. That
You may.
everything about Street Fighter 5, his movement, his like teleport, everything. I'm like, yes, that's my character. His always grinning at you like I'm gonna go fuck you up. That's his smile. That's his smile. That you're dead. I can't. I hate doing that. The whole.
If you enable his V trigger, you don't have to charge.
But I still need to play before
That's
that.
only during combo hits.
Oh, see.
I
that
mean,
was-
well, he's always pressing buttons, so
Doesn't
But-
mean they land.
yeah, they don't land though. I just like hitting buttons and things happen on screen. Okay, like I want pretty things to happen on screen when I hit buttons. But no,
That's why you play
seriously,
Rashid.
I don't like Rashid. I don't like his
That's
design. I don't like
big
anything
enough.
about it. But Bison, if he wasn't a charged character, yeah, that would have been my character.
He has a half circle move. Just do that one only.
Just do that one move the entire time. Someone when I get the sticks ready to fight Randall, he's gonna be like, I bet he's gonna do that quarter circle. Fight quarter circle, and he just bodies me. He ain't gonna body as Miguel though. All right, so Apex Legends is
this is why you don't let people breathe ever.
Apex Legends Season 5 came out today. They have a PvE mode that I don't know more information of, but I wanted to try it, so I'll probably be giving that a tryout this week. And then for movies on digital, the Scooby-Doo movie is coming out on Friday. The animated one that looked pretty cool. What's up, Brian? What are you doing?
I wasn't ready for you to be like, oh, the Scooby-Doo movie's coming out.
It's called Scoob, and it's like an animated, like a 3D animated movie. It looks pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a shot, probably, and watch, give it a go.
They got some decent names in it.
Yeah,
And Seyfried, Zac Efron, Will Forte, Tracy Morgan, Ken Jeong. And I don't recognize these other ones. Mark Wahlberg's apparently in it.
hopefully it's a decent like family movie, you know. And for music, I didn't see anything on there, Brian. So, but once again, this week, go ahead and give it a shot and see if you see anyone on there. But those artists, I'm not really knowledgeable on, unless they added something between when I checked it and now.
It keeps telling me there's an error slowdown, so I can't even look at it.
Okay, then don't bother. And that's it, peeps. Randall. Will you grace us on Twitch again this week?
I don't know. You talking about streaming, right?
Yes, sir. Or a new YouTube video, like content. You gonna give us some content this week or not?
I think it'd be cool to watch you to see how it is that you cut your videos together.
You can stream that too. You can just have that.
I don't have anything to put together yet, though.
Oh,
Ooh, you could make your art channel on stream.
that too. The panels you were working on.
Go. Yo, Kelsey gets an Oscar.
Oh shit! He. Oh yeah. Okay, you threw me for a loop.
Got him.
You got me. I'm tying my shoes upside down.
Fuck.
So
I don't know. Man.
You don't know, man. All right, Brian, what you doing? You streaming something this week or no?
Probably. That's tomorrow. I don't know if you guys are still trying to play the zombie army thing.
Were y'all really feeling that game?
I was.
I enjoyed it.
I was. You didn't care for it?
Army.
Yeah, it's Zombie Army 4 Dead something. It's like a 4-player zombie game where it's similar to Strange Brigade meets Left 4 Dead.
Right.
I don't know.
You weren't feeling it. It wasn't. Yes.
I think
so,
it's
like,
I think it's the thing with me with FPS is like they start to feel.
FPS.
It's a third-person shooter.
Yeah. I should just say shooters in general.
Yeah.
They
start to feel.
He's like, is this an FPS when we're talking about Remnant? And I'm like, it's a TPS. He's like, what the fuck is a TPS?
It's an add-on for your GPS.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
The thing about shooters.
About shooters, yeah.
Oh, they start to feel repetitive really quickly to me.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, if you don't want to play anymore, bro.
No, I mean,
we'll go. Like,
I'll play.
If you hate us, then it's
yeah.
fine.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Because after playing Streets of Rage, I think you hate me.
At least you guys get to play with him. He won't even buy Remnant.
Oh
shit!
Don't smile at him. Randall loves just smiling at
because this dude goes like, I want you to buy a game, install it on your computer, and play with me.
Yeah.
Not like, you know that game that you already have that I'm playing? Play with me. It's a drastic difference.
That I have.
Yeah, like you play
I don't have that game.
Single-player games most of the part, and fighting games.
Kelsey,
like you don't venture far off that.
What's up?
By Tekken.
Which one?
It's on sale right now. If you can play with them.
Yeah, I bought it.
Which one?
Tekken 7. It's like
Okay,
$10, I think, right?
Yeah, it's $9.99 for the base game.
And then if you want the extra characters, they're on sale as well, like season passes and stuff.
Season 1 and 2, you can get with the base game for $22. Sale ends the 15th, so act now.
Okay.
You got time. Got 3 days.
You got a few days to think it over.
Yeah. So yeah, Wednesday. I don't know if we're still playing this tomorrow.
Damn, it's because so we have 3 things for this week, which is Zombie Army, Apex Legends for me because you guys don't have that installed, and then Halo 2 because now it's on PC, and I definitely want to play Halo 2.
What day does that come out?
I got to double check. But
Did you say tomorrow?
Was it tomorrow?
You already dropped.
Well, it might have been today then. Halo 2 for Master Collection. Is your games up? Are your games updating?
I have one for Remnant. Let me see. Hold on.
To talk to his lawyer.
Yeah, he's like, yo, can we talk about this right now, or we're gonna get the?
I gotta step away, guys. I'll be back.
Okay.
Oh shit! With that lawsuit.
Yeah, something probably happened.
You should play Call Saul.
Oh, Brian, start watching.
It came out today.
Show. It came out today.
It says May 12th.
Okay, then yeah, there's probably an update I gotta get. Brian, but go watch Better Call Saul, man. It's great. I think you enjoy it.
I'm watching Hunter
you're
Hunter
watching
first.
What happened?
And I'm watching Ozark with them. I started it.
I'm watching an anime too, Brian, but I'm watching an anime that don't blow apparently to everyone I ask.
I mean, I've been getting mixed reviews. I got someone to watch Breaking Bad, so the payoff was they wanted me to watch this, so I'm watching this.
Godspeed, Brian. You know what I started to catch up on because I'm going through my backlog of animes. Midoriya.
I saw that you started Bloodstain, and I was insulted, Anthony.
I didn't start it. I'm continuing it.
I saw that you were continuing it, and then I forgot who I was gonna play co-op with, so now I don't know how to feel. I think it was Johan.
Brian, because remember, I started Bloodstained months ago, and I've only released one Let's Play video and never went back to it. So I'm like, let me finish the game so I can finish it. So that's the backlog I had. So when I played yesterday, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So good thing Johan was in my chat because I was lost.
Who the hell did I say I was gonna play with?
Well, you mention we can do co-op. And I'm like, I'll play it again because the game plays fine. I'm digging it. I'm not gonna talk about it now. It's trying to end the podcast here, but.
Okay, so whatever we're playing, one of those days is that.
So you're available Wednesday then to do?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, then tomorrow we'll try. I guess we'll try Halo 2 then tomorrow. Because we don't have Apex.
No.
Okay, so we'll do that.
I don't think I'm streaming Thursday because I'm just gonna be playing a fighting game with a friend since he just bought a stick, and he's new to fighting games and new to a stick.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna stream me just ethering him. So I was just gonna play with him on Thursday.
Oh, okay. You can just open up a lobby and have people come in and play with him and you. I mean, granted, it's you have to ask him first, obviously.
But then the more people in there, that means that they probably played it. So that means the guy that's trying to learn how to play would just be watching other people play.
That makes sense. That's fair.
And then Friday, I don't know because I was thinking to myself, I was thinking maybe I should do every stream where it's half me learning Ableton, half a game. And then my two thoughts were, one, I'm kind of not in creative mode. I'm in just learning mode. So I kind of just want to look up tutorials and do all that stuff for it. And then two, if I were to stream that, what order? Like, do I do game first and then music, or music first and then game? So I'm like, I don't know. So I won't do that this week. I'll just let it marinate. And I'll probably either do a Plague Tale because I started that, or just Grand Blue the whole day or something. I don't know.
I gotta finish that too. I started that.
I started Breath of the Wild, and then I started fucking.
Why aren't you streaming Breath of the Wild?
Disco Elysium. But I started it just that one day when we were on Discord after I beat Undertale, because I was like, I beat Undertale.
Okay. And then Kelsey's not here to tell. He's not here, so myself, we are to discuss Halo 2 tomorrow, which is Wednesday. For people not watching the Twitch stream, so I don't know when you'll know about that.
What was first place for the Grand Blue tournament?
$10.
Oh.
But now the person that streamed it is partnered with Matcherino, so people can put in codes and stuff. It's a weekly. I'm not entering it every week, though. I'm doing it bi-weekly, so I have like a week to learn.
Okay.
Since I have to play against bad matchups on top of lag, so that's good.
Yeah, on top of network issues. Well, he came in perfectly.
Yeah, so what are you doing, Anthony?
Oh, Kelsey, he came in at the perfect time. What you doing this week, Kelsey?
This week I'm gonna try and finish up 13. Might try and push through some of the extra stuff. For it, probably gonna continue playing Remnant. We'll try and load up. What is it? Gears Tactics.
Okay.
Excited about that one.
Let me know when you do that, because I'm specifically going to play it vicariously through you to see if I should bother installing it.
Okay.
Don't you have the Xbox Game Pass?
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to.
Want to know if you install it or not.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to wait that time for it to install. Play him like gross and then uninstall at the same time.
I mean, so from what I've seen, it looks basically exactly like XCOM, just with Gears characters, and then a few minor, things that it does on its own. But yeah.
The biggest factor is it co-op and it's strictly single player. So that's why I'm just going to pretend that I'm you while you're playing it.
Okay. So yeah, I'll try and make time for that this week. I think that's it for what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Yeah.
And for me, we're gonna try to do Halo 2 tomorrow, Kelsey, if you're down.
All right. I can try and be here. I'll have to talk to Shannon, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Tell her to join.
Yeah, she can load it up.
I did get her to play Dark Souls at one point. That was fun.
You threw
There
her
you go.
so far in the fucking deep end. That's what you got her to start off with?
She couldn't. So she was like holding the controller, but she couldn't figure out how to use both thumbs at once. So she could only run or turn. She couldn't do both. So she couldn't get out of the first area.
I'm curious to see this. If you ever just want to throw $60 at your Switch, try to get her to play Animal Crossing. See if she likes it.
You might actually like Animal Crossing. I
It's
think they have a demo.
I mean,
think I can.
that's a better toss into like, you walking her into the pool than drowning her in the fucking Pacific with Dark Souls. Like what?
Teach her
gosh.
Guilty Gear.
Oh my god. So yeah, Halo 2 tomorrow. Thursday, don't know yet. Maybe we can try. Brian says no, he's busy Thursday, so I don't know when we're gonna do Zombie.
The weekend, I guess.
I guess Thursday I'll do the Apex thing then, and then on the weekend we'll probably just record Zombie like we did last week.
Yeah.
And keep that as a YouTube thing, I guess.
Adam mentioned this in the chat a while ago, and I didn't see it. But talking about the light mode, he goes, "You want to know how I know light mode is for Downy Brownies? One of the guys in his office uses light mode for the Atom text editor and Discord. To put this in perspective, I'm pretty sure your dog is more of a programmer than this kid is. Like, it.
How is he?
I don't know. I don't know how he has a job there as a programmer. I don't know how he's employed.
He's a strong mouth.
Everything he's got to have something, man. Because like,
fuck. All right.
This kid, everything that I've heard, I've heard this kid is absolutely worthless. Like Adam does his job and the kid.
So he's getting 2 checks.
No, he only gets the one.
No, I'm telling you to tell him to go get 2 checks. I don't see you telling him.
I mean, he's in the chat. He can hear you.
He's only allowed to respond in your chat via Path of Exile updates, so you have to tell him.
That is true. When we were watching you play Final Fantasy, or was it Final Fantasy or Remnant, and you guys were talking about Path of Exile, I'm like, they could be like plotting to kill me right now in that code, and I have no idea.
I felt like I was watching the news, and then I'm like, yo, but how hot is it going to be tomorrow? And I just look in your chat, and he gives me the weather forecast.
It's like a different language. I get it, though. All right. I think that's it, peeps. Everyone got their updates. This has been the ADLR Podcast, episode 94.
Only 6 away from 100.
6. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna stick with what E-Man said and just have it like a not a drunk stream, but like we just drink, celebration. We made it to 100.
Do we want to have the episode on Friday or Tuesday?
I was gonna ask you, like, it'd be comfortable
on a Tuesday.
Yeah, like, cause we gotta work the next day, and I feel like we can make it like a celebratory one, and just chill here for who knows how long, and just
Either that or we all request off or request Wednesday off.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I only have a certain amount of PTO. Yeah, like
if we're allowed to leave buildings by then, I guess I would just go by over there, and then we can have 3. I get emotional.
You don't have to get emotional about
it. Yo, the 100th is like something crazy,
When is the 100th then?
This one's 94, right? So
6 left.
Yeah, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, May 23rd. I'm sorry, June 23rd.
I was going to say, we're in May, and unless we've decided to suddenly start doing it every Tuesday and Thursday, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, it's June 23rd. So we can do it that 23rd or that Friday of that week, which would be, 25th or something? LA extended their stay-at-home order for 3 more months. Holy, that's not gonna go well. There's gonna be more than protests going out over there.
I mean, that's really what they should be doing.
Because, well, keep in mind, like people who stay-at-home order, that means businesses aren't opening. So that means 3 more months of people not getting paid. How's that gonna work? And LA is one of the. It's an expensive. Like California's an expensive place to live.
I know there's places in New York that like factories that aren't even open until July.
Oh, we're already 3 hours in. We can't be talking about what's that right now, but we can talk about that next week if y'all need to. But
talk about it.
Shit. All right, so I mean, yeah, we'll probably like a chill drinking stream. We'll get some local nut for Randall, or some pina colada with some alcohol in it for
Why
Randall.
not local nut?
It's got milk. It's got milk.
No, not local nut. You mean rum chata has milk in it? Local nut is fine.
Then why you say no?
Because I'm not feeling the local nut anymore.
So you want the pina colada with some alcohol?
Transcended from
So you want the pina colada with some alcohol in it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's.
You tried. Go ahead.
No, you got it. It's a bad joke.
Have you tried? Local nut's kind of a milky thing, isn't it? Like
yeah.
It doesn't
like
have milk in
taste.
it, but it's kind of
right. But it's got like a milky taste to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried putting Fireball in it?
Ooh.
Put in
Like
what?
a cinnamon. Fireball's a cinnamon whiskey, and I like mixing that with rum chata, personally.
I don't think I like whiskey too much.
Well, you wouldn't taste the whiskey. You would just taste the cinnamon and then the.
So this is what you would do. You'd put however local nuts, so you just put the whole bottle in like you normally do, and then when you get the whiskey, and you do just one of these.
Why is that funny?
Because I was gonna make a joke of me of like don't pour the way I would, where it's just 90% whiskey and then a little bit of the rum chata, and Brian took it the other way and went with you putting all of it being loco nut.
Because I can't sip. I still have that problem.
Yeah, that's a bad problem to have. Believe me.
You can't. Oh, you can't sip because you just drink.
Yeah. So if he has whiskey in front of him, he just downs like it's water.
But yet, and nothing has really hit me yet. Only time I got hit is when it was on New Year's, when we were playing that game.
Because we were doing a lot of shots back to back.
I had to stop.
Yeah, Brian had to stand up and get out of there.
And even then, I felt something when I stood up, but I was still like, I wasn't slurring my words and I was fine. But for me, I felt it. But people on the outside,
I want to see Randall get absolutely sloshed.
Bro, talk about it.
I would love to see.
That's not going to happen.
Absolutely sloshed.
Like incoherent speaking, like him almost falling over. Yeah, like it's got to happen once. I don't know when,
it's
but
not.
Just one time.
I mean, you're gonna be safe. You're gonna be around.
I just don't like the idea of being in that position.
I mean, it's not fun. In the inside, it's not fun. You think it's fun on the inside, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Oh, I remember when I got sloshed. That was fun. Woke up the next morning, turned on the shower, just vomited all in the shower. Took the shower. It was great.
Still haven't vomited from drinking yet.
Vomit free since '93.
Yeah.
All right. 3 hours and 7 minutes in. Thank you guys for watching episode 94. We're going to do a drunk stream for our 100th. We don't know what day yet, but it's going to be on that week of the 23rd of June. We'll probably keep promoting that every week. So thank you guys for watching. Bye. Brian, please stop.